Hey, they're getting the coin toss ready at midfield here.
Oh, really? See, you want me to go?
Yeah, I'd like to see who's doing what.
Yeah, we'd like to know before.
So we can get our sheets ready. Nick's on it. Look at that.
Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up, and now this is bad news.
Going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
McClung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Knapke has a snap. He rolls to his right. He's looking downfield. He cranks it up. He's going deep for this one. Over the middle. It is caught. Touchdown. Bishop Lewis Knights.
Here we go. It all comes down to this. Here's a snap. Here's Ramon Wright through the middle. Is he in for the score? Touchdown!
Saints win! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SAC football. It's Friday night. The lights are on and the mics are live. Sit down, strap in, and hold on, because here we go. Good evening, football fans, broadcasting live from Homestead High School tonight. It is semi-state football action on tap tonight, featuring the Lowell Red Devils taking on the Bishop Dwenger Saints. As we begin tonight's broadcast, let's send it down to the sidelines for our opening prayer.
Well, welcome down to the field, actually, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to be joined with Father Bob Garrow. Father, could you please lead us in prayer?
By all means, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful night, for the great game of football. We ask that you watch over all the spectators, especially the players from both Bishop Dwenger and Lowell High School. Protect them from all harm. Do not allow them to get hurt at all, to be your will. But we also ask, Lord, that all of the athletes give you greater glory through their play. We also, Lord, ask you to bless our Redeemer Radio listeners and get you to warm their own hearts on this cold, chilly night. Keep us dry if it be your will, but if not, continue to use the rain to remind us of your graces that flow forth into our hearts from you. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. And with the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit of mine. Queen of all saints, pray for us.
Thank you, Father. Back up to you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Tonight we've got semi-state football action on tap for you, coming to you live from Homestead High School. I'm Sean McBride, joined by the best in the business. Up here in the booth, we've got Joe Wharton at color. On stats, Tony Lay. Our sideline crew tonight is Coach Mark Watts and Nick Gray. And we're going to bring in Joe Wharton right now to talk about the historic programs and how they got here tonight. Joe, welcome, and thanks for being with us tonight.
Hey, I can't wait. This is a great one, Sean. This is our 4th time we've called this matchup, and they all have been real dandies. The home team has won every time these teams have met. And, again, this is the 4th showdown between these two, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, let's get right into how these two teams got here. Lowell's ranked number 1 in the state in 4A, guys. They are 13-0. They're undefeated. And really, I can say up until last week against New Prairie in the regional championship, they were untested all year. So the sectional started out with Gary West. They won that game 41-0. And then they went to Highland and beat Highland, another shutout, 35-0. On to Griffith for a sectional championship. That game was played at Lowell, 42-7. Wasn't even close. And then New Prairie, a very good New Prairie team. They met last week in the regional. That was at Lowell again, and New Prairie came up on the short end, 25-20, and that brings Lowell here tonight to Fort Wayne, to Homestead High School for the semi-state game. Fort Wayne Dwenger, on the other hand, they came in ranked number 8 in 4A, 10-3 record on the season. They've had some tough tests along the way, losses to Homestead, Carroll, and Snyder, all 6A programs, and let's just say all 6A quality programs.
Yes.
So the sectional started out for the Saints against Fort Wayne South. By the way, all of Dwenger's sectional games were at home. I'd never seen that before, but they were this year. Southside at home. Saints were on top 41-7. New Haven, a tough game, 13-6. Saints escaped that one. And then on to win a sectional against Wayne High School, 41-20. And finally, last week, traveled on the road, first road game in these playoffs for the Saints, traveled to Angola and took on an undefeated and highly ranked Angola team and really shut them down, 34-0. An impressive effort last week up north for the Saints. And now they're here ready to play for a semi-state championship and an opportunity to go down to Indianapolis next weekend.
He is Joe Wharton. I'm Sean McBride, and we're broadcasting live from Homestead High School, where here in moments we will have semi-state football action. One team is going to end up with some tears in the locker room. One team is going to prepare to go down to Lucas Oil to play for the 4A state championship next week during the Thanksgiving break. Folks, we're going to step out for a quick 30-second break. Lots more to come as we talk about tonight's matchup here, so stick around. You're listening to high school football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go, the same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
We are back here with our pregame offering tonight. This is semi-state football here on Redeemer Radio. Let's set the scene for you. It's cold. Again, it's cold. 38 degrees is what it feels like here on the field, and the wind is a-blowing. On the far side of the field, we see a good showing from the Bishop Dwenger Saints. The sanctuary is in whiteout conditions over there, all the kids wearing white, and more fans streaming in here to Homestead High School, where at 8 o'clock the Bishop Dwenger Saints will host the Lowell Red Devils. And Joe, we talked about this contest. Both of these teams very much respect each other. I wouldn't say they like each other, though.
I would agree. I don't know that they like each other at all. Lowell comes in. Keith Kilmer is the head coach here. He's 64-29 in his 8th year. And, of course, Chris Schwarzkopf is the head man for the Saints. 149-48 is his record in his 15th year. So let's talk about a little bit of history here with these two teams. They played 3 times in the semi-state, 2005, 2007, and 2009. Lowell came out on top in 2005 and 2009. Those were both 3-point ball games. In 2000, and then the BD won 38-22 in between there. 38-22, and that game was played at Zollner, guys. So it was, excuse me, let me back up a little bit. 2005, 7, and 9 is when the Lowell Red Devils have won semi-state. 2008, Dwenger beat Lowell 38-22. 2008 was the year Tyler Eifert was in, Matt Tippman, some of those guys. So the home team has won every one. You know, will it be different here tonight? I mean, it remains to be seen. We've got some great stats to pour over as we go along in this pregame show.
That's right. We're going to bring in Mark Watts from the sidelines right now to kind of talk about some of the factors in the game. Mark, when we look at, obviously here at Homestead, we've got an artificial surface, and but tonight the wind is clearly going to be a factor. What are you getting from the vibe on the sideline there, Mark Watts?
National anthem's playing.
Oh, sorry.
Over the rampart we watched was so gallantly streamed, and the Rockies reckless, the bumpers singing there, came through the night, not on blind was
Mr. Chip Clark, again, if I'm not mistaken, on a beautiful rendition of tonight's national anthem. He really knows how to bring it, and boy, did he that time. So special thanks to him, and apologies for not bringing in our listeners sooner on that.
We couldn't hear it.
Couldn't hear it from the far side of the field here. The question remains to Coach Mark Watts, the view from the sidelines, Coach. When we look at, excuse me, we were talking before the broadcast. You said this Lowell team has really passed the eye test so far, and the wind conditions down there. Mark, what? Give us a view from the sidelines.
Well, Sean, this is the most wind I can remember in a long, long time in a postseason game. The wind is going to be a definite factor tonight, and it's blowing from our left to right. Dwenger won the toss. They elected to obviously defer, so Lowell will be receiving, and Dwenger has the wind. So I'm telling you this, if I'm a coach from Dwenger, I'm happy. It's perfect. You're going to have to make a decision, though, in the third quarter whether you're going to take the ball or the wind. Let's see what happens there. The wind will definitely be a factor. Lowell, they passed the eye test. Oh, my gosh. Their skill people are bigger than they look on film. And they passed the eye test. They're big offensive line. So they look awfully good, and we know that Lowell will really come to play and punch you in the mouth. I talked to one of the Dwenger coaches. Oh, and
you said it. He did it.
I did it, and I was not going to do it. I talked to one of the Dwenger coaches. Said, "How's it thrown into the wind?" He said, "Not bad. You can't loft it. You're going to have to spin the ball a little bit." But he felt pretty good going 30, 35 miles or 35 yards against this wind. So that's where we are tonight. But it's not that bad. Hopefully the rain stays away, but we have a great field to play on. Thank goodness we're here at Homestead, because it's beautiful down here.
Indeed it is. Beautiful facilities out here on the southwest side of town. Thank you so much to the Homestead Spartans for opening their doors and for tonight's hospitality. Just a reminder, football fans, that tonight's game is brought to you by Ave Maria University. Parents, are you searching for a safe, affordable, authentic Catholic university? Look no further than Ave Maria University. Ave Maria offers 33 majors, 16 varsity sports, and is located in sunny Southwest Florida. With available Allen County scholarships, your child could attend this fast-growing Catholic university for the same cost of an in-state college. Check out Ave Maria University today at avemaria.edu. That's avemaria.edu. summitcitysports.edu. We are back after this 1-minute break. Stick around, folks. Semi-state football action coming up right here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and
match near at Homestead High School as the Bishop Dwenger Saints have now taken the field, or taking the far side of the field here. Again, from our vantage point, the Saints will be traveling left to right to start the broadcast here on defense. But Joe, we've got a lot to talk about from a tail of the tape perspective. Give us some background into these two squads and the numbers.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I watch these guys on film and then I look at their stats, you know who they remind me of?
Who's that?
The Saints.
There you go.
Lowell reminds me of the Saints.
Right.
They mix up their formations more than they used to back in the the 09 era. You're going to see a little more spread. They'll come out in the I formation. They'll come out in the power I formation. They do a lot of the same things Dwenger does. They want to run the ball first, just like Dwenger. The Lowell team averages 200 yards rushing per game. They have 33 rushing touchdowns. The Saints average 190 yards rushing per game. The Saints throwing the ball, 134 a game. Lowell, 106. Very similar. The offense for the Red Devils, 31 points a game. Saints, 29. Quarterback, similar. Completion percentage, 53%. Touchdown, similar, 13-15. So many similarities, Sean, up and down the list, until I get to two things. Defensively, the Red Devils are out of sight, guys. They're out of sight. I mean, I have never seen statistics like this from a defensive team. They only give up 120 yards of offense per game. 120 per game. The Red Devils only allow 56 yards rushing per game. They've only given up 4 rushing touchdowns all season. Throughout the regular season, they never allowed a team to score in the first quarter. They have been scored on twice in the playoffs in the first quarter. They've only trailed in 2 games all season. That was in the playoffs. Okay, the Saints, defensively, pretty darn good. The number 2 defense in the SAC, guys, behind Snyder. All right, the Saints only give up 83 rushing yards per game. Pass, they only give up 130 yards per game. 213 total yards is what the Saints have allowed per game this season. Pretty darn good defense as well against the competition they've played. And the other thing that jumps out at me, where I see the difference, is the strength of schedule.
Right.
The Red Devils' strength of schedule is ranked 125th. That's not too far off from where the undefeated Angola team was last week. The Saints' strength of schedule ranked 66th. 66th. It does make a difference, guys. But will it make a difference tonight here in this semi-state championship?
We are very close to finding out. Both teams now taken to the sidelines here. Lowell has traveled very well. Lowell in the white jerseys and black pants with the red trim. The Bishop Dwenger Saints wearing the gold helmets and pants, and the navy jerseys with the white numerals. And the team captains make their way out now to midfield for the ceremonial coin toss. Just a reminder, folks, our media partners tonight, Summit City Sports. You can go to their YouTube channel and look us up. We are simulcasting right now, so if you'd like to watch video with our audio broadcast, please do so at Summit City Sports, or check out their website, SummitCitySports.com. Joe, how do the Saints win tonight is the question.
Well, I hate to sound like a broken record. Take care of the ball, don't turn the ball over. Let's just figure that's it. But to me, it's on first down. You got to win this game on first down. You got to give your offense some manageable down and distance on second and third down. Okay. Secondly, red zone efficiency. You have to come away with points in the red zone, and you have to play great defense. So that's, for me, is it. First down. I'm going to keep an eye on first down tonight, guys. Keith Kilmer, the head coach of Lowell, he took over for Kirk Kennedy. Kirk Kennedy was the one through the time when the Saints were playing these guys. And Kirk Kennedy moved on. Keith Kilmer was with the program. He was the offensive line coach at that time. But he has never coached against Chris Schwarzkopf.
There we go. So, again, the Saints, will they have to play a perfect game? We're going to find out here as the handshakes are being exchanged right now at midfield, and both squads are ready to go. So here we are, broadcasting again live from Homestead High School with Joe Wharton. I'm Sean McBride on the sidelines. We're going to check in with him often tonight is Mark Watts. Also with the assist, we've got Tony Lay on stats and Nick Gray also on the field tonight. We're going to keep an eye on the other matchup from Fort Wayne, or from the state, which again, East Central in the mix to see who will play for the state title next weekend in Class 4A. That game will be on a Saturday. So again, if in fact the Saints move on, we'll be there. So keep it locked right here on Redeemer Radio for all your playoff coverage.
Let's talk about starting lineup, Sean, for the Lowell Red Devils. Getting the ball first up front, Kersey, Shantz, Robesco, Artman, and Bergstrom. They average 5'11", 231 pounds. Ethan Igrass, the quarterback, he's a junior, 5'9", 170. He's 53%. The running back, Tyler Wildman, he's the guy. Almost 5 yards a carry, 10 rushing touchdowns this season. The number one player, the best player for Lowell, number 6, Jordan Justovich. He's an IU recruit. Keep an eye on 6, both sides of the ball. Mitch Wildman, number 24, is good. Jager Gill, another senior receiver, and Jared Soika. 8 seniors, 3 juniors on that starting offense.
So also what they have done, Joe, and we're going to probably see it tonight, they have developed a Wildcat offense as well, led by Justovich and Gill as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But right now, here we go. We've got Garrett, number 24, from the 40-yard line, lined up, preparing to kick left to right on your radio dial with the wind at his back. 2 men back deep for the Red Devils, and we are underway. Ball in the air, taken back near the 7-yard line. 10-15, looking for some room, getting past the 20, out to about the 23-yard line, and that is where the Red Devils will start on offense. Return man that time, Justovich, number 6.
Defense for the Saints up front, Kolar, Fabini, Tittman, and Brady. Your linebackers tonight, Howe, Bloom, and McGarry. McGarry had a huge game last week. Defensive backs, Tommy Steele, Patrick Finley, Alec Watercutter, and Sam Obergfell. A lot of interceptions from that back four.
Here comes the Red Devils on offense. They break huddle with a single setback. 4 wideouts, twins left and right. Quarterback on the shotgun. Igris looks over the defense, waiting for the snap. They are set. Here's the snap. Get to the tailback right through the middle. And not much there, maybe a yard. Get to the tailback, Wildman, number 32 on the carry.
Big stop by Tittman and Brady on the far side there. Not much at all, 1 yard gain.
Going to bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Red Devils. And we are just underway. This is their first drive here, second play from scrimmage. And they will line up with a similar formation. Tailback offset to the right now from the shotgun. Twins right and left. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper through the middle. He is hit from behind and dragged backwards, still on the ground, and finally swarmed over and stopped. He will get a couple more yards past the 25 out to the 26.
Big Joe Tittman, 6'6", 283-pounder, came ready to play early. He's in on the first 2 stops for the Saints. 3rd down coming up for this Lowell Red Devil team. Remember, the wind's in their face, guys.
On 3rd and 7, can they keep the drive alive here? First quarter action, 10:50 to go here in the first quarter. They break huddle and run up to the line. Now we've got a wing back up to the left. Tailback offset back right. Here's a snap, play action. He looks to throw. He's going to have pressure. Throws over to the flats. Caught in stride and a first down there. Number 6, Justovich with a nice catch and a chain-moving drive here for the Red Devils.
Great throw by Igris and great catch by Justovich. He's the D1 kid committed to IU. Big 3rd down conversion there into the wind for the Red Devils. It's Tommy Steele in coverage for the Saints.
They take it out past the 40 to the 43-yard line now. And a 1st and 10 coming up for Lowell. Again, that's spread offense, twins right and left in a single setback. Here's a high snap. Quarterback still has it. Looks and looking back toward the middle. Gets out to the 45. Able to get a couple yards that time.
Jacob Fabini on the stop. These two defensive tackles are really a force to be reckoned with. Fabini and Joe Tittman. Cousins, by the way, playing the defensive tackles. Fabini comes into this game the leading sack getter for the Saints. Has 10 sacks on the season. Big stop there for Fabini.
Gain of 2 on first down. Brings up 2nd and 8 for the Red Devils. Same formation. 4 wideouts and a single setback from the shotgun. Igus looks over the defense. Here's a snap. Play action throw. Quick throw. And it is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver that time. And incomplete to Wildman.
Mitch Wildman was the intended receiver. He's a senior. 6'1", 200-pounder. He's a good ball player, guys. Keep an eye on Mitch
Got
Wildman.
something.
Let's check in real fast with Mark Watt.
The wind made a difference on that one. The ball was about 3-4 yards from the receiver, and it just blew away from him. So that was the first time the wind has affected the game.
All righty. Brings up a 3rd and 8 now for the Red Devils as they break huddle. It's going to be a trips package to the right side. 1 wide left and a single setback offset left. Quarterback in the shotgun. They are set. He looks to throw. Going to have some pressure. Tries to get out of it. Still with the ball. He's going to get hit, and he's going to be sacked. Big sack right there.
Big sack is right. Who is that getting up from that pile? TJ McGarry. McGarry had a huge week last week in Angola. It carries over now. Punting situation coming up for the Red Devils.
So the drive stalls for the men in white. The ball resting back at the 38-yard line, and the punter comes on. That is Zach Buss, number 23 back there. He's got a good leg, but he's kicking into the wind.
32-yard average on the season for Buss.
He's going to launch this from about his own 25-yard line. 2 men back deep, including that Steele and Watercutter back there standing at about their own 38-yard line. Good snap. Gets a leg into it. High, wobbly kick, and it does get taken up. Watercutter goes for it, dropped it, and they have recovered. The Red Devils recover the ball.
Big turnover right there. Red Devils get the first break on a Watercutter drop punt attempt. Again, Mark Watts talked about the wind effect. You got to believe that had a play there.
Surely did look like it from the press box here.
It did.
So the Red Devils now take over with a fresh set of downs in Dwenger territory at the 39-yard line.
This Red Devil team is plus 10 in turnovers this year, guys. Plus 10.
So Igris comes back onto the field with his offensive unit. 1st and 10 now in Saints territory from the 39. Twins right, twins left, and a single setback offset right. They are set. Here is a snap. Quarterback keeper through the middle, looking for some room. He gets hit from the behind, gets into the linebacker core, and gains about 5, well, maybe 4, just inside the 35.
Nice job there. Looked like McGarry again. McGarry and Bloom.
So a little more room here on 2nd down for Lowell with 8:30 to go here in the first quarter. Still zeros on the scoreboard. Again, Lowell retains possession after the failed punt reception. And now they're facing a 2nd and 6. Haven't really moved out of this formation now. New tailback here now for the Red Devils. Here's a snap. They flow to the right side. They give it a try and get the edge. Breaks 1 tackle, still on his feet, and driving down close to the 30-yard line is Justovich, number 6.
He's a hard runner, guys. He's the guy that's going to get you those tough yards, and you saw it right there. Looked like Tommy Steele over there on the stop.
Call that a gain of 3, maybe 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3 now for the Red Devils with 7:44 to go in the first quarter.
2-down territory here, Sean.
You have to think so, Joe. Yeah, the ball is just outside the 31-yard line now. Can Lowell convert is the question. Twins right, twins left, and a single setback is Justovich. Here's a snap, little high, give to Justovich around the end, left side, he's got the first down or more. Finds a lane, gets down to the 20-yard line.
Big run, big hole over there by the left side of that offensive line. That's Kersey and Shantz over there opening up that hole.
So they are knocking on the door. The ball resting right at the red zone, the 20-yard line now, and the Red Devils have a 1st and 10. Clock continues to tick down as they run up to the line now. Again, same formation as Igris is in the shotgun with a single setback.
Here's a snap. Again, give to the tailback, looking for something there. Nothing there. Gets spun down and dropped. Forward progress will give him a yard down to the 19.
Observation.
McGarry.
Let's check in with Mark Watts.
Well, the thing is with that turnover, number one, that Lowell now has the ball against the wind. This is what Dwenger needs, this ball with the wind down here. So that's the other thing that really hurt him with this turnover. Lowell still has the ball against the wind.
What a great observation, Mark.
right.
You're exactly right. Having the wind at your back for the first quarter may not even be a factor for the Saints if they can't get the Lowell offense off the field.
On 2nd and 9. Lowell with a bunch package to the right. Here's the snap. Quarterback now keeps it around the right side, looking for a lane. Gets hit from behind and taken down by big number 51.
Jacob Fabini again on the stop. A little bunch package over there for Lowell, just trying to outman the Saints, and not much of a gain, about 4.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 15-yard line now. And the clock continues to drive down. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Still zeros on the scoreboard. Lowell in the red zone now. On 3rd and 5 from the 15. Twins right, twins left, and a single setback is Wildman. Igris from the shotgun. Here is a snap. He looks to throw. Looking, looks over the right side. And it is nearly picked, but incomplete.
In and out of the hands of Tommy Steele, and Tommy will be the first one to tell you he should have caught that one.
Yeah.
It was right there. Big mistake averted by the Lowell offense.
Yeah. So that stops the clock at 5:35, and that brings up 4th and 5 now. And the offense remains on the field. Joe Wharton called it. It is 2-down territory.
Lowell is 70% converting on 4th down this season, 70%.
Wildman still the back in the protector position here, offset right. Trips to the left side. Here's a snap. He looks left. He's got pressure. He's got more pressure. He rolls out of it. Still looking to throw on the run. Nearly picked, but incomplete.
T.J. Tippmann with his big hand wrapped up with a broken thumb just couldn't catch it with the club on right
and
there.
If he would have caught that, Joe, he had Green Acres in front of him in the flats on the left side. He could have run that one back, but unfortunately for the Saints, well, call it what you will.
The Saints are having trouble catching the ball tonight, catching the punt and 2 interceptions right there at chance, but T.J. Tippmann with one arm, it's hard to blame him. Let's talk about this field goal unit for Lowell.
No, Joe, that was 4th down.
Oh, that was 4th.
That was 4th down.
Work with me, Sean.
You're excited. It's okay. So the good thing for the Saints is they snuff that drive, and now here comes the offense on the field. 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line with 5:28 to go here in the first quarter. Patrick O'Keefe, the sophomore from the shotgun, rolling left, looking for the pitch. No, we've got a play action. That is Morris going deep, right side. Oh, just over the outstretched hands. He was going for Black, who comes up. Little hobbled. He might have stretched the hammy on that one. And it was a sneak play right off the get-go, a little trickeration.
Yeah, trick play, and we talked about it in our production meeting. Mark Watts felt like this team was susceptible to the trick play, and we saw right there, Black had broken open deep. Great throw by Morris, just a little long because of this wind. Again, I think the wind played a part in that.
Just a hand long, and Black has to go off. He's going to be attended to. It looks like he might have pulled something on that one. So 2nd and 10 now, empty backfield, man in motion, left to right. Now we've been looking at an option. O'Keefe decides to keep it, looking for a lane. He gets hammered, and he's going to gain 2, maybe 3 on that play.
Good play there by the Saints. They like to run O'Keefe early. They like to get him in the game and get him hit a couple times to get him ready. And you saw it right there. Short gain, big 3rd down coming up for the Saints.
So a gain of 3 brings up a 3rd and 7 for the Saints with just under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Ball resting at the 18-yard line. They break huddle and come to the line. We've got twins right, twins left, and a single setback. O'Keefe from the shotgun. Here is a snap. Play action. He looks to throw. He's got time. Airs it out deep. Left side. Going up. Flags coming out. Chip Clark was the intended receiver that time, and that is going to be defensive pass interference for sure.
Tackled early. The defender just, you can face guard now in high school, guys, but he made contact early, the defender on the far side of the field. Good call, easy call for the officials. First penalty of the game goes against the Lowell Red Devils.
At 4:36 to go here in the first quarter, so this one will be marched off. And a 1st down coming up for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And let's see, they're going to mark this at the 33-yard line. So the drive stays alive for the Saints here, moving left to right on your radio dial with their wind at their back. And now, again, working off the right hash mark, O'Keefe in the shotgun. Chip Clark in the backfield with him. Hard count. Does not pull him off, or does it?
I think it does. Offsides defense. 2 penalties in a row for the Lowell Red Devils.
So O'Keefe doing a fine job on the hard count, drawing the Red Devils off, and it opens up the playbook again on 1st and 5 now, as they take the ball out to the 38-yard line with 4:36 remaining in the first quarter. Still zeros on the scoreboard, and the Saints now marching closer to midfield.
I like the early hard count. Get that defensive line at least hesitating.
Same formation. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback, looking for some room in the middle, diving forward. Not much there for number 21. Steele on the is that Steele?
That's Steele.
It sure doesn't look.
Yep, Steele on the carry. Okay. This Saints team averages nearly 5 yards a carry for the season, 190 yards a game. Let's talk about them up front. Joe Tippmann, Nick Hosier, Kolkman, Campbell, and Dicer. And we'll get the rest of these guys here after this play.
2nd and 2 now for the Saints. After Steele's 3-yard carry. I formation, tailback, right side, looking for it, bouncing it out left. Grinding forward, looks like he will have enough for a first down out to the 44.
Who was that guy? Sean, I couldn't see the post. Was
yeah, I wasn't. That's a great question. It might have been.
First down, Saints.
Well,
we're going to check that.
Okay, we'll
might
check
have been
it.
Griffin Eifert, number 32. I see him out there.
Patrick O'Keefe is the quarterback tonight. Chip Clark, Tommy Steele gets started. Running backs, receivers are Eifert, Black, and Finley.
1st and 10 now for the Saints from the 44-yard line. O'Keefe with a single man in the backfield, twins right and left. Here's a snap. Again, they get the handoff. Trying the right side, nothing is there for T.J. McGarry.
Nothing at all for T.J. McGarry. On the stop there, it looked like Jake Mitchison for Lowell.
So we'll forward progress out past the 45, close to the 46. Call that a gain of 2, brings up a 2nd and 8 for the Saints.
This Lowell defensive front, the front 4, average 6'1", 244.
2nd and 8 now for the Saints as they break huddle and run up to the line. Going to be a pro set now. Split backs with a wide out left and right. O'Keefe in the shotgun. On 2nd and 8. Here is the snap. Play action. He looks to throw. Rolls right. Looking. Going deep. Right side. Has the win. Man's open. And it is caught by Finley.
Wow. What a catch by Finley.
Inside the 10. Down to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal coming up for the Saints.
Those two have been hooking up since 3rd grade in the Fit Football program. O'Keefe to Finley. Finley bought time rolling right. Saw him. Stood up. Threw a ball deep downfield and took a hit for doing it. Way to go. Those two sophomores made a great play.
From the 7-yard line, 1st and goal for the Saints with 2:49 to go here in the first quarter. Still zeros on the scoreboard. Can the Saints convert? Let's find out here on 1st and goal. O'Keefe in the shotgun. Steele in the backfield with him. Twins right and left. Here's a snap. Fake. Play action. Or quarterback keeper around the left side. Looking to get in. He will not. Great pursuit angles by the Red Devils to stop that for a 1-yard gain.
Hey, the Red Devils are stingy. Stingy in the red zone, guys. And you saw why right there. They're very athletic. They're very fast. This is one of the fastest Red Devil teams maybe we've ever seen in this series.
So from outside the 7 to inside the 7. Not much of a gain there for O'Keefe on the quarterback keeper to the left. Now they move the hash marks over to the left side. Steele in the backfield with him. O'Keefe in the shotgun. 2 wideouts left, 2 right. Here's a snap. They roll to the right. Looking to pitch. Here's a pitch. Steele has it. Trying to find the edge. He gets hit in the backfield and knocked out of bounds. That's going to be a tackle for loss.
Yeah, Eddie Morris trying to block out there and just going to have to hold that block a little bit longer. Lowell Red Devils got the best of Eddie on that one.
So they lost 2. Brings up a 3rd and goal now from the 9-yard line. And they get out of bounds with 1:49 to go, which stops the clock.
You wonder if you'll see a pass here. Coach Garrett, the offensive coordinator, if he'll go with a pass or play conservative and at least try to come away with points. You have to get points when you get in the red zone.
Yeah, every point matters here during this contest. All right, trips package to the left side. 2 wide right. Alone in the backfield is O'Keefe. Here's a snap. He's looking to throw. Throws over the middle, and it is caught for a touchdown.
Wow.
Right over the middle. That is Tommy Steele with a 9-yard reception.
That's a strike by Patrick O'Keefe to Tommy Steele right there on the slant. The middle line, one of the inside linebackers came on the blitz and left that opening there. O'Keefe saw it. He delivered a strike. Tommy Steele, no problem catching that one for 6 points for this Bishop Dwenger Saints football team.
All right, here's Garrett for the PAT. On the hold is Lytle. Snap, little high. The kick is not good. Lytle's got it. He's running to the right side, trying to find something, looks for the throw and hit, and no.
Flag.
Oh, a flag comes out. Might have gotten there early. He was throwing to TJ McGarry.
Looked early to me.
Who was flowing out to the edge of the end zone. And a flag comes out as McGarry was hit and dropped the ball. So they might have to try this again. Again, the snap on the PAT was high, and they didn't get a good hold down. So Lytle rolls to the right, throws the ball, and a flag comes out on the reception. And it looks like this one is going against Lowell.
It wouldn't be half the distance?
So the Saints line up.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
The Saints line up again for another attempt. Here's a snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Saints take the lead with 1:44 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 is your score. We'll step out for a 30-second break. Stick around, folks. You're listening to semi-state football action right here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champions.
34 remaining here in the first quarter. The Bishop Dwenger Saints 7, the Lowell Red Devils 0.
Red zone, Sean. Red zone points. The Saints got it done there. We wondered if they were going to get conservative and just try to get away with 3, but no conservative tonight for Jason Garrett, the offensive play caller. O'Keefe threw a strike to Steele for a 9-yard touchdown pass. Saints on top.
Here we go. Garrett lines it up from the 40. The ball comes off of the tee. Again, the wind a factor tonight. At game time, it was a wind chill of 38 degrees out there. The wind's out of the south at about 13 miles per hour. Being down there, I think it's more than that. So we'll keep an eye on the wind conditions. We've already seen it wreak havoc with the passing game and also the punt return team. Here is Garrett's kick. High end over end kick. Taken by Justovich inside the 10-yard line. Looking for some room. Breaking it out to the opposite field now. Coming towards this press box. It gets out to the 30. Shakes one tackle. Gets knocked out of bounds just north of the 30-yard line.
Oberg fell and looked like Michael Garrett on the stop.
So they're going to mark this right at about the 30-yard line, and the Lowell Red Devil offense will come back out onto the field. Just a reminder, football fans, that tonight's game is brought to you by Bishop Lewis High School, a Catholic educational community that instills in each student integrity, dignity, and respect. Catch the Lewis spirit at www.bishoplewis.org. So here come the Red Devils on offense. They are led by number 16, Ethan Igris. Here's the snap. He rolls to the right. Here's a quick throw to the right. Goes to Justovich, who's got it. Dragging tacklers with him out to the mid-37-yard line.
That's what you call getting the ball to your best player in space. Yeah. I mean, I think if the quarterback looks at his wristband, that's what it says. Get it to Justovich in space.
Yeah. He is a playmaker. Big, powerful kid checking in, 6'2", 205, and he plays bigger than that. I can tell you that.
He's got some guns, too.
Let's go out to the 37, and 2nd and 3 coming up now for the Red Devils. 2 wideouts to the right side. Here's a quick give to the tailback. Finding a seam, gets into the linebacker core north of the 40, and a first down coming up out to the 42.
That's the we call a counter trey. They pulled the right side guard and tackle around the left side. It's a play just to get numbers in your favor, and they did it right there. The chains move for the Red Devils.
Tyler Wildman comes into this contest with 822 yards on the season with 10 touchdowns under his belt. And that time he got a first down out to the 42. And here we go on 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. Trips package going to the left side now, and quarterback decides to keep it, gets stuck, but after he gains about 5, maybe 6 yards out to the 48.
Yeah, McGarry on the stop for the Saints. Igris will run it as well, guys. He's the second leading rusher on this Lowell team. He averages 5 yards a carry as well, and he's gotten to the end zone 3 times running the football.
Call that a gain of 5, and that might do it for the first quarter here, folks. Let's see if they can get a play off. We're under 10 seconds to go as they break huddle and come up to the line. On 2nd and 5. Here is the snap. They get it off. No, they do not. Just do not get that play off. So the clock will expire.
No, a flag on the far side, Sean.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
Hold everything, folks. 5-yard procedure call, looks like.
That will be procedure against the Red Devils, and that'll take them back to a 2nd and 10. Now, can the clock expire on the penalty?
Now, I'm a little confused, but it's not the first time.
Yeah, and it'll happen again, I think. Well, I think that is going to be the end of the quarter, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to step out for a 1-minute break.
No.
No?
They put 1.4 on it.
Hang on. Mark Watts, what do you have for us down there?
It looks like they put 1.4. Oh, they just.
Oh, then they wound it.
All right, they wound it.
Okay, that will do it then.
Never mind.
So, all right, so we're all confused. So that's okay. That's at the end of the first quarter, and we're going to step out for a 1-minute break. Bishop Dwenger 7, Lowell 0. Stick around for second quarter action, folks. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to High School Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Clear.
Woodland's up 6-0 at half.
It was 1.4. Whoever was on the clock screwed up.
We'll keep it in the memory bank. It's all right. We're at a break now.
Oh, here we go. 1.4 again. Yeah.
Come back after the 30, Mary.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Oh, Joe Tippman.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, we were going to take a 1-minute break, but they decided to put 1.4 seconds back on the clock, and then they did run a play right up the gut, and Big Joe Tippman was able to stuff it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. It is time for the quarter break right now as we transition into the second quarter. So we're going to step out for a little 30-second break. When we come back, we'll have updates from Nick Gray. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to High School Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champions.
Have action here at Homestead High School, where the Bishop Dwenger Saints sit at 7 and Lowell sits at 0 to start the second quarter. Nick Gray, what do you have for us?
Well, one game that's very important to us tonight, guys, is the Greenwood at East Central, because the winner of that game will play the winner of this game. They are in the third quarter because they started at 7 o'clock. East Central leads Greenwood 13-0. Another game that I'm following is the Woodland-Eastbrook competition, and Woodland's leading that one 6-0. Back up to you guys.
3rd and 10 for the Red Devils to start the second quarter. Here's a snap. Here's an outlet pass, and it is dropped. Trying to get out to the outside edge, and he is not going to be able to hit Wildman, number 32, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 10 for the Red Devils.
Now, the Red Devils will have the wind at their back during this punt, so the punt catchers back there, Steele and Watercutter, will have to step back a little bit further. Again, this bus kid for Lowell is averaging 32 yards a punt. You got to believe this one's going to go 37 to 40, Sean, with that win.
You bet. They're standing back near their own 20-yard line. He will kick it from about his own 30. And we are just into the second quarter here on 4th and 10 for the Red Devils. The drive stalls and the punt team is on. Here is a snap. It's a pretty good snap. He does get a leg into it, and it does sail. Fair catch called for.
Good Lord.
Driven back, and he is going to have to touch it up. He is not able to make the play. Steele finally covers inside the 5-yard line at about the 3.
Sean, at this point, the next time the Lowell Red Devils punt, I think you just put 11 guys on the line, try to block it, and wherever it goes, it goes.
I agree.
It is scary back there right now with that wind.
So the Saints will now take over again on offense. They are led by the sophomore quarterback, Patrick O'Keefe. who threw a 9-yard strike on the previous drive to put the Saints on top 7-0. And that's where we stand right now as the Saints come out of the huddle on 1st and 10 from their own 3-yard line with the wind in their face. Pro set this time. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. Offset. Looking around the edge on the left. Might have gotten out to the 5 before he hits the wall and is driven back.
Couple yard gain there for the Saints. I tell you, that play took a while to develop.
Yeah.
When you're running the play from your own end zone, I'd like to see a little something quicker hitting up there.
Yeah, that was Chip Clark on the carry. Gains 2 that time. Brings up a 2nd and 8 for the Saints. O'Keefe comes in from the sidelines, looks at his wrist, calls the play. They break huddle and come out to the line with about 14 seconds to go on the play clock. All right, trips package here on the short side of the field. 1 wide left and a single setback. New formation here. Here's a play action. Quarterback decides to keep it. Breaks it outside. Looking for some north and south. Gets north of the 5, maybe a yard out to the 6, and he's going to be stopped by number 40.
This Lowell defense, when they played New Prairie last week, New Prairie, all they really do is run the ball, and they run it really well. New Prairie was averaging 420 yards rushing per game. You heard me right, 420 yards per game. Lowell held them to 190 yards in that game. This team is really, really tough against the run. We talked about it in the open. They're only giving up, 56 yards a game on the ground.
All right, so Bishop Dwenger now facing a tough challenge. It's going to be 3rd and 7. The ball resting at their own 6-yard line. If they have to punt here into the wind, a short field is coming up for Lowell. Now a man in motion, that's Black. Here's a shovel pass inside. Black now takes it outside, has the edge. He's got the first down or more. Gets to the 20, the 25, and finally tripped up and knocked down. We've got a flag back at the 10-yard line. We don't like to see that because, again, as they stretch those plays out, it is a hold against the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
You wonder about that on that shuffle pass, if somebody just got grabbing in there, and they did. So the first penalty goes against the Saints here in the second quarter with 10-11 to go.
So they should take it back to the 5-yard line, and that's what they do. So now 3rd and long coming up for the Saints.
We watched Patrick O'Keefe throw during warm-ups into the wind, and he did okay. I mean, he really did. You can't get it in the air. You got to throw it. You got to throw a rope and spin it a little bit. But a pass is not out of the question here.
On 3rd and 8, the Saints from their own 5-yard line. Going to be twins right and left and a single setback. O'Keefe standing at his own goal line, rolls to the right, looks to throw, steps up, airing it out deep. He airs it out, and it's going to be an easy catch and interception for the Lowell defense.
Yeah, that's almost like a punt, guys.
Sure
really.
It is. Yeah.
Just when we said you can't throw it up in the air into that wind, when he throws it up into the air.
He was going for Eddie Morris, number 12 out there, who did outrun his coverage and well outran the ball as well as it hung up into the air. And now Lowell will have a short field at the 32-yard line of Bishop Dwenger. We've got 9:54 remaining in the first half. Dwenger 7, Lowell 0. So Lowell again on offense. Going to be a little tighter formation here. Single setback from the shotgun. Now a man in motion left to right. They give it to him looking for the end around, and he is not going to find anything. Tries to get some additional yards, and not much there for number 2 on the carry. That's Jager Gill.
Jager Gill is one of their main players. He's one of their two-way starters. There's 3 two-way starters on this Lowell team here tonight.
So we'll call that a loss of 2. Brings up a 2nd and 12 for the Red Devils. Working off the right hash mark now. Back at the 34-yard line. They'll have a 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right, and a single setback.
Will Lowell try to take advantage of the wind? Now they have it at their back.
Man in motion, that's Justovich, and a flag comes out. That's going to be probably motion against the Red Devils. And that's exactly what it is. So 5 yards will be marked off. And a 2nd and 17 now coming up for the Red Devils, back at the 38.
The Lowell Red Devils only average 5 penalties per game this season. They already have 4 here in the first half.
Again, one has to wonder about strength of schedule, as it plays a factor in every contest, especially here late in the season. Ball is at the 39-yard line. 2nd down now for the Red Devils. Twins right and left. Here's a snap. Looks to throw. He's got pressure now, and now just kind of dumps it into the flats. And that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Looks like the receiver got his feet tied up maybe on running his route and fell down. Was hoping for a flag, was pleading with the official, but no flag. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 16, Sean.
From the 39-yard line. As Igris comes in from the sidelines with the play. 7-0 is your score. Bishop Dwenger on top. Lowell now facing a 3rd and quite long 3rd and 16 from the own 39-yard line. Or from the Dwenger 39-yard line, excuse me. Wingback is upset to the left. From the shotgun, play action, looks to throw, throws it right side. He's got a man in the flats. He's got it. Will he get the first down? It's going to be close.
I think he's got it.
He's going to get down to the 25-yard line. I think he's going to be short,
He
Joe.
is short, you're right.
Yeah, he's going to be short by not much, about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. It's going to be 4th and 2 now coming up as they place the ball at the 24-yard line.
The outside blitz came, and Justovich, you wonder how he can be so wide open. He's their best player, and there was nobody near him. You got to believe somebody blew a coverage there.
On 4th and 2. Twins right, twins left in a single setback. Saints changing up their defensive formation. Here is a snap, and it's a quarterback read option. He tries to get it, diving for the 20, and I believe he's got it.
He does have it. Good job there by Igris and Joe Tittman on the stop for the Saints, but the chains are moving. Missed opportunity there on that prior play with a blown coverage. Justovich wide open on 3rd and 16.
So they reach the red zone. After 2 consecutive penalties on the previous drive, they're able to make it back and still move the chains. 1st and 10 now from the Dwenger 20-yard line. 8:30 to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10 from the 20. Here's Igris with the ball. And here's a quick give around the left side. He's got room. Dancing through that line is Justovich, getting inside the 15 down to about the 12.
Great run over there on that left side of that line for Lowell. Justovich, very patient, waited for it to open up, and then shot right through there. What an athlete that Justovich is.
Observation.
Let's check in with Mark Lawrence.
He's been involved in 5 of the last 6 plays. They're getting the ball to their best player right now, and it's pretty obvious.
I formation coming up on 2nd and short. Quarterback under center. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. Looking for some room. He's got it and more. 1st and down. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Power football. Give it to Justovich, your best player. Get in the I formation. They went in the I formation, tight ends, and the Saints stayed with their 4-man line. They usually will drop a guy down to get that 5-man line. They didn't do it there, and Justovich just ran right through him.
Ran right through him. A 12-yard run for the Red Devils with 7:45 to go here in the first half. Puts the score at 7-6. So the power running game paying off here for the Lowell Red Devils. Of course, they had a short field here off of the interception, and they make Dwenger pay for it. In for the PAT. Awaiting the snap. Here it is. It's a little low. They get the hold down. The kick is up, spinning, and no good.
No good, guys.
Wide right that time, so no good that time for the Red Devils. And the score remains 7-6 with 7:45 remaining in the first half. Stick around, folks. We're back in 30 seconds. This is semi-state football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Family Birthing Centers with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Industrial to residential work, H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business or residence. Call Pete Henry at H&L Electric.
Eastbrook just went ahead of Woodland 7-6 in the 4th quarter out there.
7-6 is your score. Bishop Dwenger clinging to a 1-point lead. Here comes the Red Devil kickoff from the 40 with the wind. Kick is in the air, high end over end kick, driving kick, taken down near the 5-yard line, dropped and picked up again. And now trying to find some room. And again, a good coverage by the Red Devils. And the Saints will wind up with the ball shy of their own 20-yard line.
Saints have not been able to field one kick here tonight clean, not even on a kickoff.
So they're going to mark this one at about the 17-yard line, and that's where Patrick Finley and company will come onto the field, rather. And as we were talking about with Mark Watts brought up in a great observation here, Joe, they need a long, sustained drive here. The clock is not their friend right now. 7:39 to go here with the wind in their face.
Here's the Saints come out in their I formation. They're going to play a little power football now.
Chip Clark is the tailback, trying to find some room in the middle, tries to break it outside, not much there. So that's going to be no gain on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 10 off the Clark ground.
I've been very impressed with the run defense of this Lowell team. Talking to the coaches for Dwenger, they line up, Lowell lines up just like Snyder did, Wayne. So really the game plan coming in was very similar to the game plan against Snyder with just a few wrinkles.
Dwenger breaks huddle on 2nd and 10. Ball at their own 17-yard line. Blitz showing. Here's a give to the tailback. He's hit in the backfield and wrapped up and twisted down is Chip Clark back near the 16-yard line.
Predictable. The last two plays have been very predictable. They got in the I formation, they ran to the tight end side. That time they switched tight end to the other side. Lowell brought the blitz on that side. They're thinking, hey, we've seen some tendencies here. They're going to run towards the tight end, and that's exactly what the Saints did, and right into the Lowell blitz.
3rd and 10 coming up for the Saints now. 3rd and, a very long 10, almost 11. Change of formations now, 2 wideouts to the left side. And here's a reverse coming around the edge, looking for some room, getting upfield, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and not much more. There is Steele on the carry. No gain on the play.
Good speed by Justovich. Again, we've called his name all night long.
Great pursuit angle and speed by that Lowell vaunted defense. And the punt team is coming on for the Saints.
Dwenger only has 12 yards rushing in this game. They are trying to just get through this quarter with the wind in their face, and you have to believe in the 3rd quarter they'll also have the wind in their face.
Filler is standing back at his own 2-yard line, preparing to kick this one away. Finley comes back in to tighten up the line. Here's a snap. It's good. He does get the kickoff, and it's not good, and it's going to take a low bounce and covered up near the 38-yard line. So another short field possession here for the Lowell Red Devils on offense as they will take over after the punt at the Bishop Dwenger 38-yard line.
22 punt into the wind there for the Saints. There is a flag back here at the 10-yard line, Sean.
Oh, look at that.
Flag on the play.
We'll keep an eye on that. So it looks like a holding penalty is declined because they don't want to give the Saints another opportunity for a better punt here.
Yeah, with the ball sitting at the 38-yard line, I think that's the right call.
Yeah. So again, 7-6 is your score. BD on top here, but the Lowell Red Devils with the ball at the Dwenger 38-yard line with lots of time here. 5.5 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Igris in the shotgun. Twins right and left. Now a man in motion left to right. Here's a snap and a flag on the play. And will this be false start again? And it will be. So another penalty against the Red Devils here with 5:30 to go here in the first half.
5th penalty for Lowell in the first half. Again, they average 5 penalties per game. So not typical for the Red Devils.
No. They place the ball back at the 43-yard line, and here we come on 1st and 15 now for the Red Devils. Moving left to right on your radio dial. Wind at their back. Double wings. Here's a snap.
Yep. Wildcat.
As Justovich tries to find his way through the interior of the line. Won't find much. Somebody's helmet comes off and trickles out to the far side.
Let's hope there's no head in it.
No kidding. Big collisions out there. They stop the clock. That was Justovich's bonnet that came off.
He'll have to come out for one play.
And let's see here. They're going to mark this down at the 41-yard line. So a gain of 2 that time, bringing up a 2nd and 13 now for the Red Devils. Ball at the 41. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 2 wideouts left, 2 wide right and a single setback. Igris in the shotgun. Looks over the defense. Here's a snap. Play action, looks to throw, screen, right side in the dirt and incomplete. So again, just saw the blitz coming, tried to get that hot read out to the flats and incomplete that time.
Igris is not having a great night here throwing the ball, guys. And you wonder, we asked this question earlier, will the Lowell Red Devils try to take advantage of this wind at their back? But really, they haven't thrown the ball downfield going this direction.
No. All right, so 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 coming up for the Red Devils. And they're going to line up a new formation. Trips to the left now, 1 wide right and a single setback. 4-man front for Dwenger. Here's a snap, and he's looking to throw. Going
there
deep, right side, and he's got a man, and it's caught. Oh, incomplete. He was wide open. That was Wildman, number 24, who was beating the coverage and unbelievably just could not come up with it.
The 2 defenders looked like they kind of just looked at each other, Sean. Like, you got him? No, I've got him. Unbelievable that I'm watching the replay here in the booth. Unbelievable that he was that wide open.
Wow.
24 is one of their best players, guys. He's a two-way starter and wide open.
So a 4th and long coming up, and the punt team is on for the Red Devils.
Igris is 4 of 11 for 40 yards in this game.
Bus hoping to pin them back deep. They do have 1 man back deep, and that is Watercutter.
Let it go.
Here is the kick, high end-over-end kick, and they will let it go, and it looks like it's going to be hit into the end zone. Yes, touchback. Valiant effort to try and save that one, but no good. And the Saints will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 4:36 to go. Again, your score, Bishop Dwenger 7, Lowell 6. Well, interesting, Joe, that the penalty was costly on that drive, but the Dwenger defense was able to hold. And you talked about Igris really not looking good through the air.
Yeah, 4 of 11, and one of them was about a 15-yard pass. And the other one's been just a couple short completions that Justovich has run.
Yeah.
So just not really on tonight. He normally completes 53% of his passes. Not on 53% track tonight.
Here comes Dwenger on offense. They're led by Patrick O'Keefe. 1st and 10 from the 20, working right to left on your radio dial. Here's a snap from the pro set, and it's a give to Chip Clark, bouncing it out to the left side, looking for a lane, finds a lane, gets a block, still on his feet near the 30, and finally taken out of bounds or dropped near the 32.
1st down for the Saints. No flags I can see. Chains are moving, guys.
Clean run that time by the Saints.
I'll say this, the Saints offensive staff, their run game coordinator, Jason Fabini, offensive line coach, does a great job. 11 years in the NFL, he does a great job of recognizing how to attack defenses and what defenses are trying to do against our offense, and they really do make some nice adjustments.
1st and 10 for the Saints. Ball resting now at their own 32-yard line. Split backs. Steele and Clark in the backfield with O'Keefe. Here's a snap. Here's a quick give to Steele, finding his way through the middle. He will get north of the 35.
Nice 1st down run there for Steele. About 4 yards picked up for the Saints on 1st down. I am tracking the 1st downs for the Saints, and it's been pretty meager up to this point. The last 2 1st downs here on this drive, they picked up 12 yards and 4.
Ball at the 31. Call that a gain of 4. Brings up 2nd and 6 now with 3:35 remaining here in the first half. 7-6 your score. Bishop Dwenger on top and driving.
Saints going with unbalanced line, their jumbo package.
I formation, quarterback under center, get to the tailback. And we've got, whoa. We've got a whistle on the play.
63 jumped.
And this is going to go against the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
2nd penalty of the night for the Saints, a 5-yard variety. That's not what the Saints need when they've struggled to find yards here tonight in the first half.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 11 now for the Saints. Place the ball back at the 31-yard line. Clear and chilly tonight here at Homestead High School. as we are 3 minutes away from halftime. Here's a snap, give to the tailback, trying to find some room. That is TJ McGarry on the carry out to about the 33-yard line. We'll get a couple back there.
Right, again, nice 3-yard carry there by McGarry. Now, if it was 2nd and 5, it would be 3rd and 2 right now. Yeah. Again, 3rd and, well, about 8.
3rd and 8 coming up now for the Saints. Ball resting in between the 33 and 34-yard line as McGarry checks out.
The Saints have only converted on 3rd down one time tonight, and that was on a penalty.
That was a big one. So they break huddle and come to the line again with a pro set wide out to the right side. Here's a snap. Here's a run play, trying his way through the middle. Oh, he almost escapes, but his shoe-strung tackle. That's Chip Clark on the carry. He's going to get out to the 37-yard line, and that's going to bring up about 4th and 4.
Well, the Saints seem content here. There's a timeout by Lowell. I was wondering where the timeout was. The Saints wanted to just keep the clock running, and instead of stopping the clock on an incomplete pass, and force the Lowell Red Devils to get a timeout.
We're going to take a 30-second break. The score is 7-6. Bishop Dwenger on top of Lowell. We're back in 30. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champions.
We are back to live action here. The timeout's still going on the field. Lowell has called a timeout with 2:19 to go in the first half. Bishop Dwenger facing a 4th and 4.5, 4th and 5. And the punt team is on. Filler will kick this one away from about his own 26-yard line. 2 men back deep for the Red Devils. Good snap this time. Does get the kick away. Line drive shot. Nice kick. No return on for Lowell. And it will be covered by Bishop Dwenger inside the 30-yard line.
Great kick by Filler into the wind. Nice job, young man.
So Lowell will take over with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the first half. They're going to mark it at the 27-yard line.
Wind at their back.
Igris has thrown, not very successfully, but he's had some drops as well.
Right, and that last one he threw was on the money, and that was going to be a sure touchdown.
Yeah.
And thankfully for the Saints, it was dropped.
So will they go back to the air with 2:10 to go here and try and take the lead before halftime? That is the question. We're going to find out shortly. Trips to the right side, 1 wide left and a single setback for Igris. Here is the snap. Quarterback gives up the middle. He's on his way. He gets out to the 40 before he's taken down. Nice job by the quarterback right up the gut.
Tommy Steele on the stop.
So he gets out to the 40-yard line and a new first down opportunity for the Red Devils with 2:03 remaining. They spread the linebackers out, and he was able to pay it off up the middle. Same formation, 2 wideouts to the right, 1 wide left, and a single setback. Igris in the shotgun. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw on first down, going deep over the middle, and it is nearly picked, but incomplete that time. Steele had his hands on it, and he gets hammered by the other safety, Watercutter, that comes over, and now Steele late to get up. And let's see if he's going to hit the sidelines.
Boy, another almost near interception for Tommy Steele. That's his second one. That would have been a heck of a play if he had made it.
They stop the clock with 1:43 remaining. Steele remains on the field. And 2nd and 10 now coming up from the 40 for the Red Devils. Will they go after Steele again is the question. Trips package to the left side. Here's a snap. He's looking to throw, has pressure, steps up, steps out of it, has more pressure, gets hit again, still on his feet. Guns out of bounds near the 40-yard line. And the faithful are calling for a flagrant foul, will not see a flag. And we'll call that a 1-yard gain. Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
I saw it right there, and it was close. It was close. If that had been on the other sidelines, you'd have seen the flag.
I think so.
Yeah, there you go. So the quarterback scrambles, gets a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9, stopping the clock with 1:34 to go here in the first half. Igris, he's showing a lot of moxie back there at that quarterback position.
He got hit hard and bounced right off of it. Tough kid.
3rd and 9 now for the Red Devils. 2 wideouts right, 1 wide left, and a single setback. He looks to throw again. He's going to have pressure. Throws it, lofts it. It's up, and no! Incomplete that time. Wildman had pressure and could not come up with the pass.
Isaac Bloom in coverage, stuck his hand right in, and that's what you're taught. When that receiver puts his hands up, you're to put your hand right in the middle of his. And it looks like Bloom did that and was able to just hit the ball and knock it down.
So on 4th and 9, the punt team comes on for Lowell, and their drive will stall. 1:30 remaining in the first half. As Zach Buss comes in to punt this one away, he'll have the wind at his back. 2 men back deep near the 20-yard line for Bishop Dwenger. Lowell taking their time. Good snap here. Gets the kick away. What a kick it was.
Going away from it.
Cutter tries to get it, and thankfully it rolls into the end zone and out of the end zone.
No, that's not a safety.
That will not be a safety. There will be a touchback. That will not be a safety as the ball was not possessed.
Observation.
Mark Watts, what do you have?
All right, the wind is so strong, and this Lowell kicker's putting it up in the air, and the Dwenger kids just have to get farther back. They're just too close.
Or let it go.
Or let it go. Or let it, that's correct. That's correct. But the wind is definitely making it hard to catch that ball. I'm telling you.
Wow.
It's doing all kinds. It looks like a knuckleball up there.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. So, again, the Saints survive another scare, and it remains Saints ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line with 1:21 remaining in the first half.
Did you bring your nitroglycerin pill, Sean?
I'm going to need it, yeah.
Share.
All right, so O'Keefe back on the field for the Saints. Trips package to the left side, working from the center. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper looking for a lane. He's got a lead blocker, and he will go down after a gain of 1, maybe 2 there.
Pickup of about a yard brought down by
Looks like the Saints are happy just to get out of this quarter, and I can't blame them at this point. It's been a comedy of errors, really.
It has.
Wow.
So clock now under a minute to play here, as Lowell does not call a timeout. O'Keefe and company will be happy to grind it out on the ground and call it good with a 7-6 lead going into the halftime, if in fact they can. Again, they have to play perfect for another couple snaps here. I formation now for the Saints. O'Keefe under center. Here's a snap. Get to the tailback, and he is hit immediately at the line of scrimmage, still on his feet and finally driven down.
Oh, a flag, late flag. Drove the ball carrier into the ground maybe after the whistle. See if that's what the flag's all about.
So they stop the clock with 30 seconds to go, and the officials bunch up. Just to take a moment here, ladies and gentlemen, while we've got a small timeout on the field, remember the Cupertino Classic comes up for Redeemer Radio. It's the Priests versus Seminarians during the week in between Christmas and New Year's, I believe December 27th. The Redeemer Radio will be sending a fan bus from Fort Wayne up to South Bend. It is in South Bend this year. Call Tina Schneider at Redeemer Radio Travel to jump on that bus and have a good time for a great cause. Priests versus Seminarians, the Cupertino Classic. Check our website for more details. And this is a big one.
Yeah, 15-yard unnecessary roughness against Lowell.
So the Saints move forward out to the 37-yard line. New set of downs with 30 seconds to go as they wind the clock. And now a timeout on the field, as the Saints really want to talk about it here now that they've got
talk about what?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, the Saints call a timeout, so that means we're going to go ahead and call a timeout too. We'll be back in 30 seconds right after this message from Ellerton Motorsports. Stick around, folks. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
All right, so the timeout on the field is nearly over. Welcome back into Homestead High here, where the Bishop Dwenger Saints have a 1st and 10 after their timeout here with 27 seconds remaining in the first half. And so here we go. We've got Patrick O'Keefe alone in the backfield now with twins right and twins and 3 to the left. Here's a snap. He looks to throw. Going deep, right side. The air hits it, and it is a wounded duck through the air.
Flag.
And a flag comes out in the backfield. Holding against Bishop Dwenger. This is the craziest thing ever, Joe.
I don't get the timeout.
They've got 27
halftime.
seconds left to go, and they call a pass play.
Into the wind and throwing it straight up in the air. What if that was a pick 6?
Right.
And it could have been.
You're winning.
Yeah.
You get the ball to start the second half.
I don't get it.
Get into halftime.
Yeah.
Before I have a coronary.
So the holding puts the ball back inside the 20, back to the 18-yard line. We've got 22.6 seconds remaining in the first half. The Saints up 7-6 over Lowell.
They'll run it this time.
They break huddle and come to the line. And O'Keefe will be under center, and a victory formation finally here by the Saints on 1st and forever. And the knee touches, and Lowell will they call a timeout? No signal so far. I don't believe they will.
It's not going to do them any good.
Yeah. There's nothing they can do. They can burn another
it's first down.
That's going to do it.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it for your first half, ladies and gentlemen. 7-6 is your score, and what a wild way to end that first half. But it is over, and the Saints will cling to a 7-6 lead going into the halftime break. We're going to step out for 60 seconds and come back with more coverage. This is semi-state football right here on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Head home and call it a great season. Both of these teams very evenly matched, and what a battle it has been. More on that coming up, but right now we're going to set it down to the sidelines for our halftime interview.
Well, welcome to the sidelines, everybody. We got a good one lined up for you tonight for our sponsor spotlight. A couple of management personnel in the house. We've got management and we have upper management. So I'm pleased to be joined by Mrs. Marcia Jordan and Amy Johns. Marcia is the superintendent for the Catholic schools here in the Fort Wayne South Bend Diocese. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
We'll see about that. And Amy Johns, the associate superintendent for the diocese. So welcome.
Well, welcome. Thank you.
And I know Amy isn't too much of a stranger here on the sidelines because you've practically been on the sidelines your whole life, right?
I have. I've grown up on the sidelines. Being down here is like being home. So
for those of you who don't know, she's the daughter of the legendary coach Andy Johns here at Bishop Dwenger High School. Also, she taught at St. Charles, went to Bishop Dwenger, got into administration at Bishop Dwenger, and then now this is her first year down at the diocese. How's that going, Amy?
it's been a lot of fun. It's been a big transition. It's been probably the highlight so far has been getting out into the schools and visiting all those schools that I've never been to before. So this past week I got to go out and visit St. Rose in Monroeville. Had never been there before. Phenomenal facility, phenomenal kids. Got to spend the whole afternoon there. It was a lot of fun. Went out to St. Louis as well. Got to spend time with those kids, see all their plans, all the different things that they're planning on doing there with Mrs. Diller and Father Ben. So it's been a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to getting out into the schools more, and I got a couple trips planned up to Elkhart and South Bend coming up in the next few weeks. So
obviously Amy gets paid by the mile. So anyhow, Mrs. Jordan, we go way back. I know that, and you were a teacher at Bishop Dwenger when I was there back in the 80s, and wonderful experience with you, and watched you over the years. And then getting into the superintendent role, that's got to be a lot different than the good old days, right?
It is. It's a lot different. You know, and oftentimes I think back and I think, what was I thinking? Because I loved the classroom. I think you probably could tell that when you had me as a teacher. I spent 10 years at St. Vincent's and 10 years at Bishop Dwenger, 10 years at Queen of Angels as principal. But, you know, you go where the Holy Spirit leads you, and we're doing great things in the Catholic Schools Office, I think. We work really hard to pull all of our schools together. We actually just had a principals meeting on Wednesday, and you know, we're so grateful for the many wonderful Catholic schools that we have in our diocese, 43 schools. We're blessed with 4 high schools. But we began our morning with prayer, and in that prayer, because we're in the season of Thanksgiving, I wanted to make sure that we stopped and gave thanks for all of those people who preceded us and have built up Catholic education in the Diocese of Fort Wayne, South Bend. And that includes, you know, John Gaughan and Fred Tone, past principals of Bishop Dwenger High School.
Yeah, we've been blessed, you know, and I've been blessed in particular because I've been at a couple different grade schools, Catholic grade schools in Fort Wayne, both Catholic high schools. And, boy, just witnessing, you know, the love of the faith and what goes on at the schools. So, you know, I can't thank you guys both, you know, for doing that. And, you know, that Catholic identity and then that commitment to Redeemer Radio, too.
Great. Yeah, we love Redeemer Radio. I know a lot of our schools are involved in your share-a-thons, and that's important to bring those schools in and give them the opportunity to talk about what they're doing in their own schools.
So what a great partnership, everybody. Catholic Schools Office here. Pleased to be joined with Mrs. Marcia Jordan, Amy Johns, the Associate Superintendent. So you guys are great. Thank you so much. And with that, that's been our sponsor spotlight tonight. Back up to you guys.
All right, Nick, thanks very much for that interview. We've got a lot more to bring you, ladies and gentlemen. Just a reminder, 7-6 is your score. The Bishop Dwenger Saints sitting over the Lowell Red Devils. It is our halftime program, and we're going to be back in 60 seconds. Stick around. You're listening to High School Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
This home tonight for the Bishop Dwenger Saints as they are leading the Lowell Red Devils 7-6 here at halftime. And we're going to roll right into it. Let's talk about some numbers with Tony Lay. Tony, are you with us, sir?
We are here.
All right, what do you have for us, sir?
Well, first of all, as Joe mentioned before we got this game started, these two teams very reminiscent of each other. At the end of the first quarter, they were 3 yards within each other, total yardage. Now at the half, Dwenger, 98 yards of total offense, and Lowell, 101 total offense. Wind, big factor here. Not much in the passing game. Patrick O'Keefe in passing, he does have that big bomb, that 43-yarder to his buddy there, Patrick Finley. And then he's got that 9-yard pass to Tommy Steele. And then he ends it with that pick that was a virtual punt, if you will. Also, in rushing, Chip Clark checks in with 16 yards on the ground. Tommy Steele's got 4 on the ground and 9 receiving, like we said. And then, of course, Patrick Finley, that big, Patrick Finley, that big 43-yard reception. And then T.J. McGeary checks in with a couple, along with 9 on the ground for him. And let's move over to the Lowell side of things here. Again, passing. Egress, 4 of 13 for 40 yards, through 4 incomplete passes to end this half, consecutive. Then Jordan Justovich, really 90% of their offense right there. He's got 39 with his feet and 48 through the air. Wildman checks in with 5 rushing, and then again, Egress, he's also got 9 rushing. So that's about the summary of the offense so far with this wind. I don't know how the passing game gets going when you're going to try to throw south whatsoever.
Right. All right, Tony, thanks very much for that update. Tail of the tape, Joe. This is going to come down to one score, it sounds like.
We figured it would be a slugfest, and we're not disappointed here. And they are just going back and forth. And yeah, it's going to come down to, I think, who makes, I hate to sound like a talking head, but I think it's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes in the second half. The Saints will get the ball to start the second half. I mean, at least I assume that's their choice. And they're going to have the win. And, of course, then Lowell will take the which way they want to go. And you know Lowell's going to take the win.
Right.
You have to believe that.
Sure.
And try to jump on the Saints here and force the Saints to come back into fourth.
We're going to come back after this 30-second break. When we do, we're going to talk about the first half, what we saw, and look forward to what we could see here in the second half. 7-6 is your score. And this is halftime here, semi-state football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Saints lead the Lowell Red Devils by 1 point. 7-6 is your halftime score. What, Joe Warden? What stood out at you in the first half?
Jordan Justovich jumped out at me. He was better than really anybody on the field, in my opinion. And he, like Tony said, he had the bulk of Lowell's offense on his feet, receiving, running. Did a nice job. Quarterback Igris did a nice job as well, breaking some tackles, running the football. Those two did a great job. You know, the big play for the Saints, 43-yard completion. Finley caught the pass from O'Keefe. That was big, and then Tommy Steele, the 9-yard touchdown pass. So it's just a battle. We knew it would be. We wouldn't expect anything less when Lowell and Dwenger meet up.
That's exactly
we really
right.
wouldn't. I'm so excited to get this second half started.
Yeah. Mark Watts, I'm going to bring you into the conversation as well. I know you have a keen eye for the quarterbacks. How impressed are you with Igris and his vision and his abilities out there on the field?
With him, he was just so strong, and he sees the field really well. But this wind is very difficult to throw in, gentlemen. I'm up in the press box behind you because I finally had to get out of it here for a couple minutes.
Sure.
But no, he's very impressive. But number 6 for Lowell, he's their player, and you'll probably see him handle the ball more in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, what do you do? Put your head coach's hat back on. Mark, what do you tell your punt return guys, Watercutter and Steele, in the second half?
Well, when I was at KV, I told my guys we didn't have anybody that could catch it, so I said let it go. And I'd get yelled. The press box or the fans would say, "Catch the ball," and I'd say, I want to lean back and say, "No one can catch it." Well, right now, no one can catch it. So
let it
leave
go.
it alone. And I guess especially when they punt into the wind, it's going to go the other direction anyway.
Right.
So let it go. I really, Joe, I'm not trying to argue with you here. I heard what you say about second half. I wouldn't be surprised if Dwenger elects to defend and take the win in the fourth quarter. I feel no one's going to be scoring unless it's a breakaway play when you're going into the wind. It's that severe tonight, gentlemen.
Wow.
I would think Dwenger would want the ball, they want the win in the fourth quarter. So don't be surprised. I talked to one of the Dwenger coaches going off. I said, "You guys going to take the ball or the win in the fourth quarter?" And he looked at me and goes, "Probably the wind." So
sure,
they're thinking the same way. It's that severe. I said before the game, this is the most wind that I've seen in a playoff game since I can ever remember. And it's affecting it so much. It's affecting the passing, and it's really affecting the throws more going away from the press box where we are. Throwing it left, it's not bad, but throwing it right, the wind's just taken.
Okay, Mark, it's your choice. You're the Dwenger head coach right now. It's your choice. The referee comes to you. What are you telling him?
I'm going to defend the goal, and I'm going to give up the ball and give the win to the Red Devils in the third quarter.
Are you really?
I want the ball in the fourth quarter with the win. I'm telling you.
But you have a lead right now.
It doesn't matter. Joe, you've got to have the win the fourth quarter because that's when it's going to be the tell of the tape. You guys just say, "Okay, defense, you've got to help us out here."
Okay, that's interesting. We're going to see what Coach Schwarzkopf does here in the next couple minutes.
And again, I've never said that. I can't remember ever saying that. This wind is that much of a factor in this game, guys. Being redundant,
we've seen it.
Yeah, we see it up here on the box, Mark. You know, when the ball gets over 12 to 15 feet in the air, I mean, it's anybody's ball. It looks like this. So, yeah, certainly a factor. And thanks very much for your observations on that. Folks, we're going to step out for our final 30-second break. When we come back, the third quarter will be up on tap. So please stick around. This is high school semi-state football action right here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champion.
Football fans, how would you like to own a bank? Notre Dame Federal Credit Union members already do. Convenience, better deals, and great service are already being enjoyed by Fort Wayne area members. The country's largest Catholic credit union is growing in Fort Wayne. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, where you bank does matter. So we are rolling along in our halftime presentation here. 7-6 is your score. The Bishop Dwenger Saints on top of the Lowell Red Devils. Right now we're going to send it down to the sidelines with Nick Gray, who's got scores and updates from around the state.
Well, believe it or not, everybody, we've got a couple of final scores here. The first one is Greenwood at East Central. East Central did win that 27-14. And that's important because the winner of this game will play East Central then next week for the state championship. Also, Woodland and Eastbrook. This game's the final two. Woodland came back in the final minutes of the game to beat Eastbrook 15-14.
That's big, guys.
And then another game that's kind of interesting for our listeners is Brebeuf at Mishawaka Marion. That one's been rain delayed and hasn't even started yet. And they're not even sure if they're going to get it in tonight. A lot of lightning up there in South Bend. So with that, back up to you guys.
All right, thanks very much, Nick. Well, Joe, let's clean up the first half and look forward to the second half. What are some of the other numbers that you were tracking in the first half?
Third down. Let's talk about the Bishop Dwenger Saints. We talked about first down. I thought that was key tonight. Get some yards on the first down. The Saints averaged 3.3 yards per first down. On third down tries, the Saints were 1 out of 5 on third down attempts, and that one conversion was via penalty. Fourth down, they had no tries. They had 2 turnovers, and the Red Devils turned one of their turnovers into 6 points. Penalties, Saints 3 for 25 yards. Let's talk about the Red Devils. First down, 3.5-yard average. Not much better on third down tries for the Red Devils. 2 out of 9 converting on third down. penalties, 7 penalties for 51 yards. Fourth down tries for Lowell. They were 1 out of 2. And guys, I got to believe, Mark, and if you got your ears on down there, one adjustment we might see here in the second half. We talked about Justovich being the guy. I mean, at some point, maybe some more Wildcat Mark Watts just to get him the ball and let him do things with it. What do you think?
I agree.
Okay, it seemed to be breaking out. I don't know. We'll see if we can find Mark here a little bit later. But so far, again, we are consensus that Justovich right now, he is a player and a half and is playing much bigger than what his personal stats are, checking in at 6 foot 200 pounds. So he has been a difference maker for Lowell. And let's see if he will be featured more here in the second half. But for now, we are preparing for the third quarter of action here. And a reminder to our football fans that Hubcap Express is the expert in run-flat tires and plus-size fitment. If you need your rim straightened, Hubcap Express fixes bent wheels. For all your tire needs, visit Hubcap Express. They're located at 606 West Coliseum Boulevard and on the web at hubcapexpress.com. So again, we are waiting for the third quarter of action. Both teams now are on the field and warming up and preparing for just that. Again, your score is 7-6 right now. The Bishop Dwenger Saints clinging to a 1-point lead. And again, they didn't really end the first half very cleanly, Joe. And taking a timeout at 30 seconds and then a penalty and then finally taking that victory formation, really kind of uncharacteristic from the Saints' perspective.
Yeah, it was a wacky late second quarter. The Lowell Red Devils obviously won the field position battle that first half. I mean, to me, I think the Saints are very fortunate to get out of that first half leading by 1 point. Let's talk about the scoring summary here in the first half. The Saints got on the board first at the 1:44 mark of the first quarter. O'Keefe to steal on a 9-yard touchdown. The kick by Garrett was good. Saints led 7-0. And finally, the Lowell Red Devils got on the board in the second quarter at the 7:45 mark. Justovich, 12-yard touchdown run. The kick was missed. And that's where we sit right now, guys, 7-6. Saints lead here at halftime.
So from a Saints perspective, Joe, in the second half here, regardless of how we see them lining up with the wind and in the third or fourth quarter, who has the ball, what are you doing differently to create some separation here if you're the Bishop Dwenger Saints?
Well, that's a great thing. I think the Saints do a great job making adjustments at halftime. We saw it last week against an undefeated Agola team with 7-0 at halftime.
Right.
And then the Saints came out and put, 27 on them. So they made some adjustments and were able to move the ball on the ground. But that was Angola. That's not Lowell.
Right.
And that's not the number one defense. This Lowell defense is the number one defense in 4A in the state of Indiana, only allowing 6.3 points per game. That's how good they are. And guys, watching film, sometimes it's hard to tell, are they really that good? I think they are as good as advertised based on what I saw here in the first half.
Well, one of the things to take in consideration in looking at that film, and again, this goes back to strength of schedule, when you play opponents of different qualities, sometimes, again, these are kids, they play sometime to that level. And I think we may have seen some of that, especially against Griffith, but the Red Devils always, each and every time, show up to play the Bishop Dwenger Saints where they are.
They really do. And this is the first time the Lowell Red Devils have been behind at halftime all season. And they're only behind 1, but they are behind, and they're in a ball game.
Yep. So it looks like the practices will be over. The special teams are huddling up right now as the Bishop Dwenger Saints appear to be going to work on the south side of the field where the wind is coming from. And that's where we're at.
I wonder, it looks like the Saints have chosen maybe to take the wind. We're going to see, I don't know if that's their kickoff team. If their kickoff team comes out, they have elected to take the wind to start this third quarter.
Be sure and check out our YouTube video. See Eric Pete down there, the expert videographer for the Redeemer Radio staff, on site tonight. You'll be able to check out our highlight film on RedeemerRadio.com and especially our YouTube channel.
So the Saints have elected to take the ball, and the Red Devils elected to take the wind in the fourth period.
Yes. Okay, so the Saints will line up in kick return formation. 3 men back deep with Finley in the middle back there. Tommy Steele back there as well.
The Red Devils do have a pretty good onside kick I've seen in film studies, so keep an eye on things.
Ready for the kick in the third quarter are the Red Devils. Lined up at the 40. Waiting the whistle, and here it comes. And it is going to be a high, short, end-over-end kick, and it is going to be taken by the Bishop Dwenger Saints, covered up north of the 25 on the far side of the field.
Very lucky to come away with that ball.
Yes.
You do not want to kick off to hit the ground. You really don't, guys.
No.
Somebody needs to get under that ball, even if they called for a fair catch, and don't let that ball hit the ground. Very fortunate to keep the ball from bouncing the wrong way.
So the Saints will take over on offense, 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Patrick O'Keefe, the sophomore quarterback, in to marshal his troops. He will wind up alone in the backfield with a trips package to the right, 2 wide left. Now a man in motion from the slot. Here's Chip Clark with a run, off tackle right, gets maybe a yard at the most. And no, he's going to actually be taken down for a loss of 1. Was not able to make the edge.
The big defensive tackle, number 78 there, got the best of Kolkman on that play. And that's big. Augustin, 6'1", 281, Sean.
Yeah, he's all of that. So loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11 now. So -1 on first downs for the Saints here to start the third quarter. Split backs this time, 2 wide outs to the right, 1 wide left. From the shotgun is O'Keefe. Here's a snap, play action, looking to throw, going deep, left side. Ball hangs up, coming back. Is it caught is the question. No, the defender comes up with the ball, but a flag is out too. They put the ball down at the 42-yard line.
Observation.
Let's check in with Mark Watts.
I think it was offensive pass interference. The Dwenger kid grabbed the Lowell kid, so that's going to be a good interception.
Yeah, it is a good interception. That's the 3rd turnover for the Saints. 2nd interception by O'Keefe. Underthrown ball with the wind at his back. I'm not sure how that happens, but fumble early for the Saints, and now 2 interceptions here in this ballgame. Lowell has not turned the ball over, and in these games, a lot of times you'll see whoever turns the ball over most does not come out on top.
Right. Every possession counts, and the Saints cough this one up on the long interception. So here comes Lowell with the short field again, 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Tight formation now, I formation. Quarterback under center. Get to the tailback, going off tackle to the left side is Justovich, getting north of the 45 out to about the 48.
Fabini again on the stop, and the Lowell coaches, they're no dummies, guys. They know get the ball to Justovich.
That's it.
Just feed him.
And again, if they're going to tear off 5 yards at a time like they did that time, why do something different?
Reminds me back in the old days of Gruby. Remember Gruby?
Oh, yeah.
Especially into the wind.
So here they line up on 2nd and 5 from their own 48-yard line. Same formation. From the eye, here's a snap. Pitch to the tailback, running around the side. Getting his shoulder into it and driving the defender back. He's going to be very close to a first down. That's Jager Gill, number 2, two-way starter, and that will be enough for a Red Devil first down.
McGarry on the stop. And guys, we talk about it all season. We talk about it every broadcast, how important the first drive is coming out after halftime. The Saints throw an interception right away, and the Lowell seems to have a lot of pep in their step here on their first possession.
Ball is at the 46-yard line on a first down for Lowell. Into Dwenger territory now. I formation, quarterback under center. Here's a snap, off tackle right side this time, and he's got a lane. He's dragging tacklers with him inside the 40, down to about the 37 is Justovich.
Yeah, it looks like Lowell's just going to be content to go power football here with the wind at their face, and who could blame him when you got a guy like number 6?
That's it. So that is a gain of about 9 there, going to bring up 2nd and 1. Ball at the 37 of Dwenger now. 9:48 to go here in the third quarter. 7-6 is your score. Dwenger on top, but Lowell driving. Power football on display here to start the second half. From the eye, here's a snap. Tailback, left side, now breaking it back in through the middle. Shakes 1, shakes 2, off to the races. The 20, the 15, the 10. He dives for the end zone. Touchdown.
All Justovich. Poor tackling by the Saints. The Saints did not come out ready to play. in this third quarter.
A 36-yard run by Justovich puts the Lowell Red Devils in the driver's seat with 9:26 to go in the third quarter. So the I formation paying off here for the Red Devils as they line up for the point after. That's Mike Hutton on the attempt. He missed his first one. Here's a snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. It looks good from here, and it is. 13-7 is your score as the Lowell Red Devils come out in the first half, gets points off the turnover and a 36-yard run by the big power back, and they're on top 13-7. We're going to step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Football fans, St. Felix Catholic Center in Huntington, Indiana offers one-day and overnight retreats with over 70 rooms. Be sure to visit Our Lady in her grotto and walk the 30 scenic acres. St. Felix Catholic Center is the former home of Blessed Solanus Casey. Visit their website at sfcatholiccenter.com to plan your next meeting or retreat. We are back here at Homestead High School where the Lowell Red Devils have taken the lead 13-7 over the Bishop Dwenger Saints with 9:26 remaining in the third quarter. The Saints return team is back. And here comes the kick from Lowell. Oh, the ball again goes off of the tee. They had to reset it. This is the second time now. And a holder will come on for the Lowell Red Devils. So the ball is is getting tricky out there. The wind is a huge factor tonight. As Mark Watts has said before, the most he has ever seen in postseason play. And now Lowell has a holder, and here comes the kick. It is a high, short kick. And being called for, the ball is dropped again by Watercutter. And let's see who comes up with a big scrum near the 40-yard line. It looks like Dwenger has retained possession at the 39.
Watercutter has not had a good night hanging on to that football.
No, he has not. So the Saints luckily will retain possession again at their own 39. So a short field for the Saints coming up. Their last opportunity to start the third quarter ended up in an interception, and a score resulted by Lowell taking your score 13-7. Now the Saints are back on offense here. See what they can do. Single setback, quarterback under center, quick blast play. And that is going to be north of the 40 to about the 43. New ball carrier there for the Saints. Isaac Bloom, I believe, on the carry.
Isaac Bloom. The Saints want to play a little power football, too. They bring Bloom in just to get the tough yards, and they did there on 4 yards on the first down.
2nd and 6 now as the clock remains, winding under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Shotgun formation this time. Single setback, 2 wideouts to the left side. O'Keefe with the snap, play action. Looking to throw, checks off, rolls out. He's got pressure, has to get rid of it, and throws it out of bounds. Incomplete.
Yeah, you can't do that. Who's pointing to a receiver?
Yeah, he had Steele down there, number 21. No, a late flag does come out. A good sideline call there.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to be a sideline warning on the coach. The coach was in the referee's ear, and he turned and looked at him and threw his flag.
Yep.
But I think that could have been very easily, Sean, been an illegal intentional grounding. It's not the NFL. You have to throw it.
You got to throw it to a receiver, yeah. Excuse me. So Dwenger burns the interception right there. That was a sideline infraction. No penalty, just a warning against Lowell here. Now the Saints have a challenge. 3rd and 6 now coming up as O'Keefe is in the shotgun. 4 wideouts, twins on either side. Here's the snap. Again, play action. Quick hitter, and it's caught. Eifert with the catch and a first down into Lowell territory at the 45.
Nice route running there. Nice pitch and catch. Nice job by Eifert, the sophomore.
So again, a first down now for the Saints at the Lowell 45-yard line. So the little hitch pays off for the Saints. Brand new downs. They stop the clock with 8:20 to go. Now they start to wind it. 13-7 is your score. Lowell on top. Saints run up to the line. I formation now. O'Keefe will be under center. Here's a snap, give to the tailback, tries the left side. Chip Clark runs into a wall. Just an absolute wall, driven back and finally spun down. No gain on the play, back to the 45.
The Lowell Red Devils only have 3 down linemen, guys, and the Saints offensive front cannot get a push on them.
Yeah.
I mean, they are battling up front, but right now Lowell's winning it because there's no movement on the front guys.
Generous spot of 1 there, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Saints. Working off the right hash mark. Single setback this time. 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right. O'Keefe in the shotgun. Man in motion now is Steele. Working right to left. Jet sweep. Steele's off to the races. Breaks a tackle. Oh, finally gets tripped up inside the 30, down to about the 27.
Great job by Steele. The jet sweep. We haven't seen it all night. There it is for a big pickup by Steele on 2nd down.
So they do mark it down to the 27-yard line, and a 1st and 10 coming up for the Saints with 7:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 13-7 is your score. Saints trailing. 7 yards outside the red zone now for the Saints. Trips package coming up to the right side. Chip Clark in the backfield with O'Keefe. Here's a snap. Here's a quick screen. Morris with a halfback pass. Wings it out to the right side. Throw.
Oh, my gosh.
Incomplete. Going for Eifert. Just overthrew him.
Twice now, Eddie Morris has done that. Those are the 2 trick plays. Eddie Morris has just thrown it out of the reach, and Eifert was wide open. There was nobody near him. Put a little air under Eddie. Let him run to it. There was nobody even close.
Again, the first pass was a little low to Morris, and he had to make an athletic move to get it up off of his knees into the air and just overthrew Eifert. So that brings up 2nd and 10 now from the 27. O'Keefe in the shotgun. Single setback. Here's a snap. Play action. Looks to throw. Still has time. Now has to step up. No, he gets hit from behind and a dropped sack.
First sack of the night against the Saints. And, yeah, you just have to have that internal clock in your head as a quarterback and get rid of it. If it's not there, throw it out of bounds over somebody's head. Big 3rd and long now.
That's right.
For the Saints. 2 down territory, though, Sean.
Oskin, number 78, 6'1", 281 on the sack there for Lowell. And now they are back at the 33-yard line. 3rd and 16 after the 6-yard loss. Here is a snap. Again, play action. He's looking to throw, rolls to the right, trying to find something downfield, looks, throws, lofts it, and it is tipped, and, oh, nearly picked, but incomplete.
Well, I thought maybe he'd try to hit Tommy Steele crossing, going across the field, but chose to go to the underneath man. I think that was Eddie Morris, the underneath guy, but
it is incomplete, and now 4th down for the Saints. And it looks like Filler is coming on to see if he can pin him back deep.
Well, with the wind at their face, the problem here is, Sean, with that wind at his back, even if you punt it in the air, the chances are it's going to go in the end zone,
right?
And they're going to get it at the 20 anyway. It's a 12-yard net gain for the Saints.
Here is a snap. It's a good one. Filler puts it up, angles it out of bounds. And let's see where it touches, and it's good. Coffin corner kick there. And he is going to walk it forward to probably inside the 5. No, he keeps walking to the
that a boy, Filler.
6. The 6-yard line, so a tremendous punt that time by the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and Filler pinning them back deep.
You know, and the coaches know that he can kick the Coffin corner, and I didn't. So great job by Filler. I really thought that ball would get in the air and just fly to the end zone.
Observation.
Let's check in with Mark Watts.
Okay, this is a big series for the defense here. They've got them pinned back there, 3 and out. They're going to, if they can make them punt even after 1 first down, they're going to have great field position.
Good point. Here comes Lowell on offense. Igris under center this time. Here's a snap, give to the tailback from the I formation, blowing his way right through the middle, pushing tacklers, and finally gets taken down near the 15-yard line.
Wow. I run that play the rest of the night if I'm Lowell.
Believe that was Jesovich on the carry that time. Big number 6 in the backfield.
The 3 first downs Lowell had faced here in the second half, they picked up 6 yards, 9 yards, and 9 yards.
Yeah.
Getting it done on first down.
2nd and 1 now for the Red Devils. Single setback now, a man in motion across the line of scrimmage. They give to him, and he now cuts it back to the opposite side of the field. He is getting pursued, but he has some room. He's got the first down and gets hit near the 20.
Obergefell on the stop for the Saints.
So he started to the right, ran all the way back left. He does get a first down, and they're going to mark him at about the 22. So the drive started at the 6. They are out to the 22 now. A little bit of breathing room for the Red Devils with 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Red Devils 13, Saints 7. Again, they line up in the I formation. Here is a snap. Give to Justovich from the backfield position. Joe Tippmann is there to meet him. Drags him back. And not much of a gain there for the Red Devils.
Nice stop by Joe Tippmann. Short gain for the Red Devils on first down, only a couple yards. That's a small victory for the Saints defense.
They're going to mark him at the 24-yard line. Brings up a 2nd and 8 now for the Red Devils. 4-man front showing for the Saints. Lowell taking their time back in the huddle, come out with about 15 seconds left to go on the play clock. Again, we'll line up in the I. Justovich as the tailback. Here is a snap, here's a pitch. Right side looking for a lane, cutting it back towards the middle, getting some room. He's going to be tackled after a 3 or 4 yard gain out to about the 27.
This is what Lowell wants to do. They want to get a lead and then just pound on you with that fantastic offensive line and that big running back. I mean, this is playing right into their hands here. They're eating up the clock where the Saints had the wind at their back with only 4 minutes to go here. The Saints have only seen the ball one time. Excuse me, twice, right?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 now for the Red Devils. Critical down to see if they can convert. The ball is at their 28-yard line.
Saints go with a 4-man front on defense.
Here's a snap from the I. He rolls out. He looks to pass. He's got pressure. Flows back to the middle. It is hit. He's got Justovich by the hand, and he's ripping his jersey. Leaning forward. He will have enough for a first down.
Yeah, I don't know how Justovich gets open so much. It's like he just kind of finds a way to get open.
He is a D1 recruit for a reason, and it is on display tonight. Out to the 35 and a new first down for the Red Devils.
Just a little crossing route, watching the replay here in the booth, just a little crossing route over there, and the defenders got crossed up, and great play call and play design by the Red Devils.
And good poise by the quarterback. He
to
was
wait
getting
for
pressured, yeah. Here it is on 1st and 10. Give to the tailback again. That's Justovich trying to find something. Won't find much. Gets pushed out of bounds on the far sideline after a small gain.
TJ Tippmann on the stop on the far side.
So from the 35, they will push it north to about the 37. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Red Devils. We've got 2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Your score 13-7. Lowell on top of Dwenger. Clock will start on the snap. Trips package to the left now. Single setback and 1 wide right on the short side. Here is a snap, and it's a read option. Quarterback taking it through the middle, gets hit, and drags the tackler with him to the 40.
Wow, if Joe Tippmann doesn't hang on to that quarterback, he's going to run a while. That was a well-read play by Igris.
3rd down and 5, Red Devils.
So they mark him in between the 40 and 41-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd and, call it 3rd and 5 here for the Red Devils. Under 2:30 to go now in the third quarter. Excuse me, on a 3rd and 5. I formation. Quarterback under center. Play action. Rolls to the right, looking to throw. Checks, throws deep, and it is going to be incomplete that time. Overthrown his receiver. And a 4th and 5 now coming up for Lowell.
The good news for the Saints is the clock stopped on the incomplete pass. There's 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. You have the wind at your back for another 2:11, Sean. This is going to be a big drive for the Saints.
Punt team comes on for the Red Devils. And let's see, the punt and kick return teams for the Saints so far tonight have been not good.
Let's just go with not good.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Zach Buss in to kick this one away from about the 30. Good snap here. Ball gets into the air, and it takes a Dwenger bounce and will be touched near the 36.
Good decision by Tommy Steele just to get away.
Just back away from the ball. And you see when that ball gets into the air, the wind is definitely a huge factor tonight. But the Saints will take over on offense with the wind at their back with 2:05 remaining here in the third quarter. 13-7 is your score. O'Keefe, the quarterback, talks to his offense in the huddle, and here they come on 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. He's got a single setback, twins right and left. O'Keefe looks over the defense. Here is a snap, play action, looks to throw, quick hitter, and skips one to his receiver, incomplete.
Chip Clark was the intended receiver on the far side.
So the ball dove immediately, and that is going to be an incomplete pass, bringing up 2nd and 10 for the Saints. Took 3 seconds that time, 2:02 remaining on the play clock, or on the game clock, excuse me.
Unfortunately, the Saints have reached into the trick bag a couple of times and came up with nothing. Close, but no cigar. And you just wonder if the Lowell Red Devils are going to be ready for any more trick plays. I think you got to kind of move away from that at this point.
McGarry checks in on 2nd and 10. I formation now for the Saints. Here's a snap, give to McGarry, breaks it out to the left side, has some room, puts a shoulder into it. Nice run that time, north of the 40 to about the 44.
Well done by McGarry. 3rd down coming up for the Saints. 3rd and manageable though, Sean. 3rd and 3.
They place it at the 44-yard line. They need to get to the outside of the 46. Run package coming in for the Lowell defense here. I formation by the Saints. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. Tries to bounce it outside. Sheds one tackle. McGarry with authority gets the 1st down into Lowell territory.
Boy, the Lowell Red Devils brought everybody on that, guys. They had everybody in the box, and they were coming. McGarry saw a little daylight to his right, was able to pop out there and pick up a nice gain for the Saints to keep those chains moving.
Gets it to the 48, and a new 1st down for the Saints. And they wind the clock with 1:20 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Bloom checks out for the Saints. Pro set this time, wide out left and right. Finley at the top of your screen. Here is a snap, and it is play action. Now they start to run it, and an incomplete pass. No whistle yet as it rolls out of bounds.
That wasn't a lateral.
He threw the ball to his outlet pass, and it was interrupted. And now they say it may have been a backwards pass and trickled out of bounds.
No way. It was forward pass.
Incomplete.
Watching, yeah.
There's the white hat.
Watching
White hat
the replay
says,
here.
incomplete pass. So, yeah, the Saints survived that one, and they'll put it back at the 48-yard line. So the Saints line up here on 2nd and 10 now. Again, I formation. O'Keefe will be under center, and that is going to be an illegal procedure.
Bloom got an early start. Bloom, the fullback, took off early, and that's going to cost the Saints 5 yards, their first penalty of the 2nd half.
So they move it back across the midfield stripe. 2nd and 15 now for the Saints, with under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Lowell 13, Bishop Dwenger 7. Ball at the 47-yard line now for the Saints. I formation coming up. Here's a snap, give to the tailback. That's McGarry breaking it out to the left side. He's got some room, gets across midfield, gets the yardage back and a little bit more. Looks like he's going to be taken down near the 46-yard line. It's still going to bring up 3rd and long for the Saints, though.
There was a heck of a block thrown on the left side of that offensive line over there. Just destroyed Campbell and Tittman, it looks like, just destroyed their guy to allow McGarry to get the edge.
So 3rd and 8 now coming up for the Saints here. They will be able to get one play off before the end of the quarter, looks like, as the game clock ticking down to about 20 seconds now. As they line up here with a trips package on the right side. 2 wide left, alone in the backfield, pumps, fakes, goes to the left side, throws it. Desperation throw, throwing out of bounds and incomplete. He had 2 receivers down there, but an incomplete pass by O'Keefe brings up 4th and long now for the Saints. The drive stalls and the punt team comes on.
Yeah, the Saints kept looking deep, and I'm not sure why. Just all you needed was 8 yards. You know, a slant like they hit Eifert earlier. Yep. I'm sorry, that little curl that they hit Eifert earlier. Something like that to keep the chains moving, keep the drive alive. But O'Keefe looking deep.
Filler in to punt this one away with the wind at his back. He had a great coffin corner kick before, and he boots this one, and this one looks to go into the end zone, and it does. So that's going to do it for that drive for the Saints. And Lowell will come out on offense ahead 13-7 right now here in the waning seconds of the 3rd quarter. Ethan Egris, the junior quarterback, number 16, come in leading the charge for the Red Devils.
Now, again, I keep feeding with the 4th quarter just about upon us. If I'm Lowell, Jordan Justovich, guys.
Oh, yeah, power football, I formation. And, of course, what do we know? They will spread it out here on 1st and 10 from the 20.
We are not smart.
No. Here is a snap, and it's going to be a read option. Quarterback decides to keep it, looking for some room. He won't find anything. He is snuffed right at the line of attack and goes down for no gain at the 20. That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around, 12 more minutes of play right after this 1-minute break. You're listening to high school football right here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Goes home. Right now, the Lowell Red Devils are up over the Bishop Dwenger Saints 13-7 to start the 4th quarter. Lowell with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. They break huddle and come to the line, and they are ready to go. Check that, 2nd and 10, off of the incompletion there, or bad run. So, again, to start the 4th quarter, here we go. 2nd and 10 for Lowell. Single setback from the shotgun. Here's a snap. And again, a read option. This time, give to the tailback. He finds some room, gets north, just about a 1st down, depends upon the spot.
It's a 1st down.
Close to the 30-yard line.
Clock stops on 1st down. Justovich just runs so hard. And you look at the body language now. Tony Lay picked up on it. There's a little pep in the step in those white shirts. The blue shirts, they're kind of shuffling around there.
Yeah.
It's 4th quarter, boys. It's go time.
Yeah, Lowell definitely has the John Thaler Momo, put it that way. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Lowell working left to right on your radio dial, just inside the left hash mark. Very tight package, single wide out to the left side. Bunch package here on the right. Here's a snap, read option. Quarterback decides to keep it, finds a lane, finds his blocker, gets close to the 40.
Very patient run by Eyegrass there. I mean, very patient. It looks like the Saints had a nice wall, and then he just waited and waited and waited until he saw a little daylight, and he went. Nice 9-yard pickup on 1st down.
Ball now at the 39-yard line. Everything going the way for the Red Devils right now with 11:14 to go in the contest. Still in the huddle.
I don't put the ball in the air, guys, if I'm
don't have to.
No,
don't
I keep it on the ground.
Yeah. I formation. Quarterback under center. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. That's Justovich finding room. Joe Tippmann trying to bring him down from the backside. Still plowing his way close to midfield out to about the 48.
We've seen this movie before, Sean. We've seen this about 8-9 years ago.
Yep.
They get a little bit of a lead. That offensive line is so well coached. Remember, this coach, Keith Kilmer, was the offensive line coach back in the day under Kirk Kennedy, and they were very good back then, and he's kept that tradition alive.
Right now it's 7-8 yards and a cloud of dust, and that's exactly what Lowell does to you. Once they get that lead, they grind you to a pulp, and they are on display right now here in the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10 from their own 48. 5-man front now. Here's an option play. Quarterback decides to keep it. Gets to the 50, stretches to the 49 of Bishop Dwenger.
Brought down by Kolar.
About a 4-yard pickup on 1st down.
Yes, sir. 2nd and 6 now for Lowell. Again, it's not fancy, but it is powerful. The Red Devils running effectively behind that big offensive line. Their own line, they're not big, but they are powerful. They come in averaging 5'11", 231 tackle to tackle, and they play bigger than that. On 2nd and 6 from the I formation, give to Justovich around the left side. He gets hit and taken down. He'll have maybe a couple on that one.
Looks like Bloom on the stop over there with the host of Saints, bringing up big 3rd down here for the Saints, guys. This is huge. If you're wondering how many times Lowell, the Red Devils, have fumbled this year, they've only lost 12 fumbles all season.
1 per game on average. And now they're facing a 3rd and 5. Ball is at the 47-yard line of Bishop Dwenger. This is not 2-down territory. Well, it depends upon what they do here. I formation. Here's a pitch to the tailback. Takes an inside tackle. Forward, he does not get the 1st down. Forward progress will take him inside the 45.
I think if you're Lowell, you have to punt this away, guys. You have to pin the Saints deep and let that #1 ranked defense in 4A go to work.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen here. It was late in coming, but the punt team does come on.
Remember, now the Saints have the wind in their face, so you punt this away, you let your defense go to work and make the Saints go the length of the field into the wind.
Steele back for the Saints.
Zach Buss in for Lowell. 1 man back deep for the Saints. That's Steele. Good snap, high end over end kick. Sails, no return on. Takes a Lowell bounce inside the 10. Takes another Lowell bounce. And does it trickle into the end zone, or do they stop it at the 1?
I believe they have stopped it at the 1. That's perfect execution, guys, by the Lowell Red Devil punt coverage team.
And you look at the body language again. Lowell they're smelling it. They are absolutely smelling it right now. The Bishop Dwenger Saints have to put together a 99-yard drive right now with 8:18 left in the contest. Your score 13-7, Lowell on top.
Yeah, they got to put together a 99-yard drive into the wind against the #1 defense in 4A. Do you believe in miracles, Sean?
That's the question. Better yet, Joe, do the Saints believe in miracles?
That's right. Doesn't matter what we believe.
That's right. Here they come. I formation now. Standing in his own end zone is O'Keefe. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. Trying to get outside. He's
safety.
Safety.
And just like that. Yeah, I just don't.
McGarry was not able to get out of the end zone, and he's caught in the backfield for a safety. That might do it.
That may just do it, guys. Now the safety. Now the whole Red Devils are going to get the ball back. The Saints are going to kick off or punt to them, and they will be kicking into the wind. So the Lowell Red Devils will have a good field position and a lead here. Still a 1-score game. The Saints would need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to just tie it. So it's back in the hands of the defense, guys.
Observation.
Mark Watts, what do you have?
Well, the running back that time, he just should have gone straight ahead. He tried to bounce it outside. And when you're on the 1-yard line, you can't do that. You've just got to go straight ahead and get what you want. So I think he shouldn't, he tried to bounce it outside, tried to make a play, but it just didn't work.
All right, so the timeout is over, and both teams coming back out onto the field now. Again, your score 15-7. Lowell on top after the safety. The punt team and the defense just doing a spectacular job tonight for the Lowell Red Devils. Dwenger without an answer. And now it will be teed up at the 20-yard line. And that's Filler in for the kick instead of Garrett. Again, against the wind. John Paul Filler from the 20-yard line. Puts a leg into it, and it is not good. The wind again taking it, and it'll go out of bounds near the 50-yard line, and a flag coming out, and another flag coming out, as a Bishop Dwenger defender was chasing the ball down and took an absolute shot at the sidelines here.
And I think the player then said something because the ref reached in and pulled another flag out.
Yes. So let's see what the call is as the officials are gathering. And this one may take some time. The football fans, a reminder that H&L Electric is your full-service electrical contractor. From commercial and industrial to residential work, H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest projects for your business or residence. Call Pete Henry at H&L Electric for all of your electrical contracting needs. And so we've got still a discussion on the field between the coaching staff now of the Red Devils and the officiating crew as the white hat comes back to the sidelines. So a lot of talk still going on down on the field. Just to recap, we've got 8:14 left to go in the contest. 15-7 is your score. Off of the safety, the Bishop Dwenger Saints had to kick from their own 20-yard line. It got to about the 50. The ball was going out of bounds and was out of bounds as a Bishop Dwenger Saint was trying to track it down. He took a shot at the sidelines, and 2 flags came out. And now it looks like the chains are moving backwards, and they're going to place the ball at the 40-yard line of Lowell. And it looks like the Lowell Red Devils will have possession at their own 40-yard line.
Illegal procedure against the Saints for kicking it out of bounds, and then a personal foul against the Red Devils. So 10-yard net. Went out at the 50. Yep. They back it up 10-yard net. Okay.
So still a short field for the Lowell Red Devils here as they're back on offense. And the officials are resetting. Thumbs up from the sides, and we're getting ready for the whistle. And here we go. All right, I formation now for the Red Devils on 1st and 10 from their own 40. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback, following his lead blocker, off tackle left. Still grinding it out, still on his feet. Finally, a whistle blows near the 45-yard line. That's Wildman on the carry for 5.
That offensive line's impressive. When you watch this, I tell you what, they are just pushing that defensive front backwards, doing a nice job getting a push up front.
So a gain of 5 on 1st down, brings up 2nd and 5. And again, I formation, Wildman back as tailback now. Oh, we've got lightning off in the distance. And let's see what happens. Will they get the play off? Here is a snap. They give to the tailback. Wildman again falling forward near the 1st down marker at the midfield stripe. Now it's interesting, we don't have rain, but off in the distance we did see a lightning flash off to the northwest here. I don't know if any of the officials caught that or not. We are expecting rain near the end of the game here, and it is near the end of the game. 7:24 remaining here on the clock. 15-7 your score. Lowell on top and driving with a fresh set of downs. Ball resting right at the 50-yard line. Again, I formation, quarterback under center, looking over the defense. He sets the offensive line, and we're ready to go. Again, right through the middle is Wildman with a great carry. And he gets inside the 45 down to about the 42.
Just overpowering. I think that's the word that comes to mind watching Lowell. They're just running downhill, guys. And this has been really impressive.
It has. They mark it at the 43-yard line. Watercutter gets up hobbled. And let's see if he's going to stay out on the field or not. As Eifert was going to come in, but then checks that back out. So a 2nd and 4 coming up now after the gain of 6 from Wildman. He stays in as tailback. Under center is Igris. Here's a check. Give to the tailback, looking for something there. Won't find much. Falling forward, getting close to a first down. Just outside the 40. McGarry on the tackle there. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and very short, 3rd and 1 now coming up for Lowell. Again, the clock, 5:55 to go here in the contest. A lot of confidence being shown here by Lowell, staying in that I formation on 3rd and 1. Josevich, the tailback now. Here's the snap. He's got the first down inside the 40, puts a shoulder into it, diving for more yards. And he's going to get down to about the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for the Red Devils.
Well, the way this drive is going, the Red Devils could almost just keep moving the chain, run this clock down to almost nothing.
Right.
I got something.
Let's check in with Mark Watts.
You know, I think, gentlemen, it came down to the Division I player. The kid that's going to IU was the difference in the ball game tonight.
Yeah.
And there it is in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Good point.
1st and 10 for Lowell after the Justovich run. He checks out. Wildman back as tailback now. From the I formation, here's a pitch. Left side, waiting for those blocks to occur. Wildman gets another good yardage gainer on 1st down inside the 30-yard line down to the 29. Again, staying in bounds with the clock running. Another lightning strike out there on the horizon to the northwest. And again, a gain of 7 on 1st down for the Red Devils.
Joe.
Check in with Mark Watts. What do you have?
Wouldn't you want to go to a 5-man front here?
Absolutely, I'd go to a 5-man, at least a 5.
They're not going to be throwing the ball.
They dropped one down now.
Here's a snap on 2nd and 3. Wildman gets through the middle of the line and has a 1st down and more at about the 23.
The defensive front for Bishop Dwenger is just getting worn down by this offensive line from Lowell.
Ball inside the 24 to the 23-yard line and another 1st down for Lowell with 4:17 remaining. And now we've got a timeout on the field by Bishop Dwenger.
I think the coach realized they need a breather.
Yeah, and we are going to go ahead and take a breather ourselves. We're back in 30 seconds. Stick around, football fans. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Clear.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home. Or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Action here, timeout on the field called by Bishop Dwenger. 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. 15-7 is your score. The Lowell Red Devils on top and continue to drive. They're facing a 1st and 10 in Bishop Dwenger territory at the 23-yard line.
Now the Saints are going to have to try to start tackling the ball, guys. They're going to have to try to get the ball out back to the offense.
Well, one of our fans said, you know, even all night they've been hitting Justovich high instead of going low. So very interesting. Now power eye right for Lowell. Here's a give to the tailback following his blockers. Getting inside the red zone down to about the 18-yard line is the tailback Wildman.
He has been pretty impressive, guys. And Mark hit the nail on the head. You take a Division I athlete like that and you hand him the ball in a tight game behind a well-coached offensive line, and good things are bound to happen, and they've happened.
And their quarterback is poised, and he's also a dual threat. You know, we've seen him get it done on the ground tonight. And the quarterback draws, and so, yeah, it's a quality squad. That's all there is to it. Again, power I right on 2nd and 5 now for Lowell. Wildman, the tailback. Here's a snap. Give it to Wildman through the middle. He gets swarmed over and stopped, but still falling forward for a gain down to the 15-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Red Devils.
Who do you think gets the ball here, Sean?
I've got a few thoughts.
Yeah.
All right, so again, 3rd and a long one now coming up for the Red Devils. Gill in the backfield for the Lowell squad as well. Power I right on 3rd and a long one from the 15-yard line. Here is a snap. This time a give off tackle. Justovich to the left side. He dances in. Touchdown. Misdirection play that time, and Justovich with a 15-yard scamper, breaking tackles along the way. And 6 more points on the board for the Red Devils.
That's tired tackling, what you saw right there.
You betcha.
Just guys falling off of Justovich. Tired tackling. That is going to do it. The Lowell Red Devils are going to represent the North in the state championship next Saturday at Lucas Oil Stadium. That's going to be enough. There's no doubt in my mind.
2:51 remaining. The score 21-7. Bishop Dwenger so far on the losing side. The PAT on the way for Lowell. The snap, the kick looks no good. Wide left that time. So we're going to step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
You're clear.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champions.
Red Devils have taken a commanding lead now over the Bishop Dwenger Saints, 21-7 with 2:51 remaining in the contest. A 15-yard run by the D1 stud Justovich by the Red Devils seems to have iced this game.
I wonder if Nick has any updates on the south end of 4A between East Central and Greenwood.
We're going to check in with him after the kickoff here. And the ball comes off the tee again as Hutton has to go out and reset. Again, Lowell kicking with the wind from left to right. No additional lightning so far. And it looks like the Dwenger faithful have really started to call it as the fans are, the seats are emptying. And here is the Lowell kick, end-over-end kick, driving the receiver back into the end zone, and no chance for a return that time for Finley. And a touchback on the play, and the Saints will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Idea.
Mark Watts, what do you have?
Well, you know, I think the wind has definitely been a factor tonight. I think it affected Dwenger more than it did Lowell, especially with catching both ways. Lowell didn't have as much trouble with the wind. They had a little bit because their extra point kicker missed 2 of them, but I think Dwenger had a harder time with the wind than Lowell tonight.
Eddie Morris in the game at quarterback. He's the strong-armed quarterback.
All right, so here's Bishop Dwenger on offense. He looks to throw, and it is thrown and incomplete that time. Steal the intended receiver. No good, and they burned it down. Stop the clock with 2:46 to go here in the contest.
Lowell's a good program. Chris Schwarzkopf is going to go to 1-3 all-time versus Lowell
Updates
in semi-states.
So the Bishop Dwenger Saints will reset their offense here. A little bit of confusion. Twins right and left now. Still talking about it. Eddie Morris in the backfield with O'Keefe. And Morris is actually the quarterback now. Excuse me. Here's a snap. And it's going to be a quarterback draw. Running through the middle is Morris. And he won't get much, maybe out to the 22. Let's check in with Nick Gray. Nick, what do you have for us?
Well, the winner of this game, which seems to be probably Lowell will play East Central. They did beat Greenwood 27-14. The other final I have is that Woodland came back and won against Eastbrook 15-14. Back up to you guys.
All right, so congratulations to Woodland supporting and showing up for Northeast Indiana.
Sherwood Haydock and the Warriors.
On 3rd and 9 now for the Bishop Dwenger Saints here. Here is Morris looking to throw, guns it to the right. It is a catch near the 30-yard line. Looks like he's going to be, that depends upon the spot. And they will give them a first down.
Nice throw by Morris. He does have a strong arm. I think that was going to be the hook and ladder, guys.
Yeah.
But the ladder was covered. The
Not
lateral
there.
was covered.
Right. So Morris in as quarterback now on a 1st and 10 for the Saints from the 30-yard line. Here is a snap. Steps into it, looks to throw, steps up, now flushed and runs down the field. Morris now out to the 50-yard line, gets into Lowell territory and runs out of bounds for a first down.
Obviously, the Red Devils have backed everybody up. They're playing a prevent defense, and Eddie recognized that and saw a lot of green and went after it. Did a nice job right there.
They mark him down at the Lowell 48-yard line, and another first down for the Saints now with 1:45 to go in the contest. Morris now looking to throw on first down, guns it to the right, hitch pattern, incomplete that time. The receiver slipped down and didn't have a chance at the ball.
Really not a receiver open over on that far side. No. Looks like Tommy Steele close to us here had broken free, but Morris just didn't have time to find Tommy.
So the incompletion brings up a 2nd and 10.
It's starting to rain.
And coming down from the sidelines now, Mark Watts reporting that the rain has started out here at Homestead.
Well, this senior class for the Saints, listen, really, in my opinion, have overachieved. I didn't expect them to be regional champs this year. They've done a nice job, and they've fought through some adversity during the season, and they were champions, Sean. They were sectional and regional champions, falling short of their goal to reach a state championship, but the seniors did a nice job holding it together this year after they lost to Homestead and Carroll, and really battled Snyder.
And they went on quite a tear after that Snyder game. You know, going undefeated for quite a long time, gaining a regional championship. And I agree, Joe. I think they have overachieved. But as we talked about before here previously, the better team tonight clearly was the Lowell Red Devils.
Kudos to Lowell Red Devils and their coaching staff, Keith Kilmer. They're going to go play for a state championship, and I think they're going to be hard to beat, guys. That defense is really, really good. And if they can get a lead with that offensive line and that Justovich young man, they can just put their will against you.
That's right, Mark Watts.
Hey, it looks like this is my last game ever. I want to thank everybody at Redeemer Radio for all the fun and support, and just I've had a ball. So
you've been great, Mark.
I'm going to miss it, but it's time for me to ride in the sunset. But thank you guys for everything. I'm so lucky to be blessed being with you guys.
Well, it's been an honor and a privilege working with you, partner, and never say never, okay? We'll just leave it at that. Here is Morris putting one up, and it looks like it will be an interception deep into Lowell territory, and that will be an official call to the game right here with 1:22 left in the contest. And the Lowell Red Devils with a 21-7 lead and 1:22 left on the clock, and that's going to do it for this Saints season right here, as Lowell really won't have much to do but to run out the clock.
Well, you talk about big games. What's important? Take care of the football. The Saints tonight, 4 turnovers, guys. Yeah. 4 turnovers. Lowell Red Devils 0. They took care of the ball. 0 penalties. Well, I take that back. There was 1 penalty on that kickoff, a 15-yarder against Lowell, but cleaned up their penalties in the second half, held on to the football, did the basics, guys. Tackled, blocked, ran. Great job by Lowell Red Devils. Can't say enough good things about these guys.
And the Red Devils take the victory formation, and that will basically do it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and step out for a 1-minute break. When we come back, we're going to have some final comments and come back with a post-game offering. So stick around, folks. You're listening to High School Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, Our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to do it for our coverage tonight. The Lowell Red Devils, with zeros on the clock, have won the semi-state championship against the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and they are going to move on next week to play East Central for the 4A state title. And the skies open up, and the rains are coming down with a vengeance right now out of the south. And that's going to do it for our coverage as both teams now go to midfield to shake hands. And it's a tough way to go for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. But again, Joe, you talked about it. Hats off to them for overachieving this year.
They did a great job, and the Lowell Red Devils, congratulations to Keith Kilmer and these guys. They remain undefeated. They came in the #1 ranked team in 4A, and they held up to that end of the bargain, right, guys?
They surely did.
And I got to say again, kudos to Mark Watts. Thanks for everything you've shared with us over the last, 7 years or so.
Yeah.
And we've enjoyed having you on the sidelines here for Dwenger games and teaching us a thing or two along the way. So kudos to you. And again, like Sean said, never say never. We may call you someday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. How many guys have come out? Maybe he's going to be our Brett Favre and come out of retirement.
Gray hair and all.
We'll see. I don't know. But what a great season it has been. And special thanks to our programs, the Bishop Dwenger Saints and the Bishop Lures Knights. Very special thanks to Redeemer Radio for allowing us this opportunity and privilege to bring in these games throughout the years. It has been a tremendous joy. Special thanks to our football widows, Sherry and Laura.
Yeah.
Back home, couldn't do it without their love and support. So it's just, gosh, they put up with a lot, and now they're going to have to deal with us back home on Friday nights, huh?
Poor girls.
I know it. That's what they do, though. But again, this has just been a tremendous privilege and an honor.
And we brought Tony in, too.
We brought Tony in. Now he can't leave. So
it's a lifetime contract.
It is. Very special thanks to Mary, the Poinsett girls, and all of our production staff back at the station throughout the year, doing a tremendous job. Our videographer, Eric Pete, keeping us live on YouTube and doing a great job there. Summit City Sports being a tremendous media partner for us. And that's going to do it for our coverage tonight, ladies and gentlemen. With Joe Wharton, I'm Sean McBride, wishing you all a good night. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the sidelines. This is high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
All right, you guys are clear. And Sean Roberts said something about recording a promo.
Yeah, but we're not going, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thanks so much. Take care.
Yeah, thank you.
All
You
righty.
too.
Bye-bye.
Looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
Plum with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. the same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.